Don't get used as easy as a layup. Working late, stay up. Counting all the way up. Counting blessings, yeah, you know we pray up. Pray up. On track, now we going way up. Now we going way up. Now we going on track, now we going way up. Now we going way up. Now we going. Keep the same energy. Work on being better when I'm 70. Your drip is just a water spring. You know I drip different, this the 7 C's. I deal with life different, make that lemon squeeze. Went off for my style and identity. Better bounce back and get the cheddar cheese. I guess that's why they envy me.
Yo, welcome to another episode of the Epic Podcast. Me and Jared in the house tonight, man. How has your sports weekend been?
I've been waiting on you to ask me this question. This has been awesome. Awesome. Bengals put belt to ass against the Ravens. I don't know how, but they did. Ohio State finally back on top. Everything's right in the college football world again.
Was they not on top before?
I mean, shit. Not if you asked them other fans. So
Now they the other fan.
I mean, I don't really know how to really, I don't really have no disdain for Michigan, but I mean, ask them guys. We wasn't, we was down. So even after winning the national championship, so hey, all order has been restored in that realm. I'm good. How about for you, bro?
Pretty good, man. Even though Alabama kind of struggled against Auburn.
The rivalry game, though, whatever.
Yeah. Pacers are the Pacers. Colts lose again.
That's three out of 4. That shit went quick, bro.
Bro, I was just trying to say this. I was trying not to be that guy in the beginning. And I just said all I said is I'm not gonna get my hopes up because I know
you played it right.
Know.
Granted, it's not over, but
it's not. Oh no, not by a long
played
shot.
It perfect. I'll give you that. I
cannot. I went to ESPN.com, and they have this playoff machine where you can pick the weeks and the teams that win. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a way the Colts don't make the playoffs.
Wow.
There is a way. So, yeah, they while it seems like everything is okay right now, yeah, they need to turn it around quick.
Yeah, because I forgot the Bills is 8-4 too, and so now they're they got to worry about the wild card now. So they tied with the Bills.
Yeah, it's
Chiefs. I still feel like the Chiefs is going to turn at some point.
If they win out, they had 11-6.
Yeah, because who's winning that division? The Broncos.
The Broncos right now.
Yeah, so it could get dicey. Because the only way we have a chance in is if we win a division. This is game over for a wild card. So, and believe it or not, that's still open.
Yes.
we're 2 games out, but we're 3-1 in division so far. I don't know how. Don't ask me how, but the Bengals are currently sitting 3-1 in the division. So you figure if we can finish that out 5-1, even 4-2 might do it. Like,
yeah,
because granted we split with the Pittsburgh Steelers, but then that conference record is the tiebreaker for the split.
Mm-hmm.
So,
which y'all have,
yeah. So, hey, I mean, I'll take
it. Who knows, man?
We'll see. But we definitely
y'all definitely playing inspired football right now.
Oh, for sure. I don't know how. Don't ask me how, but yes. Hey, I clearly don't have all the answers, so clearly don't.
Yeah, nah, me neither. But we're gonna jump into the college football scene real quick. Just released the new rankings, so let's talk about it. Put them up on the screen for y'all. So right now you got, and this is the playoff rankings. So you got Ohio State at 1 still, Indiana at 2. Georgia at 3, Texas Tech at 4, Oregon at 5, Ole Miss at 6, Texas A&M at 7, Oklahoma at 8, Alabama at 9, Notre Dame at 10, BYU at 11, and Miami at 12 right now. So
Okay.
that's the playoff ranking right there. And then you got Texas at 13, Vanderbilt at 14, Utah at 15, USC at 16, Virginia at 17, Arizona at 18, Michigan at 19, Tulane at 20, Houston at 21, Georgia Tech at 22, Iowa at 23, Northern Texas at 24, and James Madison at 25. So
Mm. Just
yeah,
like we talked about this weekend, man, this could get really, 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 really tricky.
yeah.
Um,
Still, even still, I mean, you look at these conference championship games coming up. You get Georgia, Alabama, so that's one more loss for one of them. So I mean, if Alabama wins, like where do you where do you put Georgia? Even though they only got two losses, you know what I mean. You drop them down to the other two lost teams, which is Oklahoma. It'd still be Alabama, and Notre Dame and Miami. That's in. Uh, like you gotta. I mean, you will have to move Alabama above Oklahoma, which at that point will move Alabama in the seventh. You can't put
mm.
Oklahoma over Georgia because they already lost to Georgia. So you probably would go Alabama 7, Georgia 8, Oklahoma 9. But
Ooh,
then
this is a lot. I got a few things, a few different points.
I mean, then you got Notre Dame. I mean, I think you just got to keep them as the lowest two loss team just because they don't have a conference championship. What about what you got?
So you got Vanderbilt at 10-2. You got Miami at 10 and
Mhm,
2, but you currently got Miami in and got Vanderbilt out.
mhm.
Vanderbilt has 5 ranked wins. I don't think Notre
Mm.
Dame has any. That's one. And then you got Oklahoma above Alabama, but Alabama is playing for the SEC championship. So if Alabama loses, do
But I
you
think I think that's the Oklahoma. I think only because Oklahoma has that loss to Texas when Texas was unranked.
why does that make them better than well Alabama has
No,
that
no,
two
I'm
loss.
just exactly.
But my thing is this, so because
And
Alabama's
they have another and they have another loss. Well, they have their other losses to Ole Miss. They was ranked eight at that time, but I'm just
my,
saying.
my thing is this though. If Alabama loses in the SEC championship, does that eliminate Alabama from the SEC? I mean from
Um,
the playoff when they've played an extra game? That doesn't seem
I,
fair.
yeah, but I think if not, that puts them down to 12. I think they will be the last team in
Who
because even
how did
after even out of 10-3, I think they're better than any of the other teams below them.
and it's almost like why even I mean if you're
I mean, the conversation will probably be Texas and Alabama. Who do you let in?
it's that's so crazy because then you look at Miami like them being ranked at 12 is just like basically a slap in the face for them
They're
because
basically out
yeah, so I don't even
because
know why
whoever
they
wins
even
the
thinking
ACC
about 12.
championship,
It's gonna
whoever
take
wins
that
that is going to take that spot. Yeah, they're basically out. So
that's
that's going to come down
crazy.
to Duke and Virginia, which
and
that in itself is crazy.
and then BYU plays Texas Tech, right?
Yes.
What happens to the loser of them with 2 losses?
Again, but see, I don't. Let's say
You keep them over a Notre Dame? Do
no,
you?
no. Especially BYU, not BYU, because
This is ooh,
BYU
this
already has a loss to Texas Tech.
okay.
That's their only loss is to Texas Tech.
So they
So
lose twice.
and it was a bad loss. They lost 29-7 to them.
So you lose twice to a top 5 team.
Right, but how you know how they are? They like style points. How did you lose? Now, if they get blown out twice by Texas Tech, I think as the two loss, I, I don't know if you keep them. I don't even know if you keep BYU in over a 3-loss Alabama
My thing is this though. This is another thing that you
or
got to.
Vanderbilt.
The same thing that I mentioned for SEC is the same thing for them. So BYU playing a 13th game, how I feel like that can't negatively affect a team. I don't see how it's fair that
But I think it's only in those conferences where those teams where they don't have a much representation
I feel like it's the
because you
same
got to
for SEC though. Because
well in it well in it-
I don't feel like Alabama losing, creating a third loss should knock them above, I mean below teams that have two losses but didn't have that opportunity to play that 13th game. Because if that's the case, I don't want to play it.
yeah.
If I'm
I don't.
Alabama, I'm like, well, shit. If you got me in currently in the playoff.
Mhm.
I don't want to go. Like, what? I don't have anything to gain, but everything to lose.
Yeah.
Unless they like have came to a general consensus that hey, this
No matter what
12
they're gonna
is
be in.
locked in, regardless. We just don't tweak it for the conference champions. Like,
You will tweak it based on yeah, okay,
yeah,
I see.
basically you can move up, but you can't move down type shit. But if you could, if a loss for Alabama bumps them out of the playoffs, that's not right. Something has to be redone, especially if you got if you're gonna slide Texas. And it's like I would say that there's no way Texas can move up, but they're 13th. Somebody's gonna lose this weekend.
Yeah.
And I think the only ones that are pretty much locked in is obviously the Ohio State Indiana game.
Mhm.
But
Oregon. Oregon's locked in too. They there's
well,
no
yeah, I
way
was
they'll
meaning teams that still have
Oh,
a
okay,
game
okay, okay.
to play. Yeah,
Right.
but like I feel like
Yeah.
with Alabama, Alabama could jump. Alabama, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I don't
even
know.
if Texas, let's say Texas Tech,
You still there?
yeah. So you got all these. You're not gonna move BYU up no matter what. So even if Texas Tech lose and they get that second, because right now they're 11-1. BYU is.
If
If you were
BYU
gonna put them,
smashes Texas Tech, you don't move them up at
no,
all.
I don't. I don't think so because if you were gonna give BYU credit for their 11-1 record, you would have put them above those 3-10-2 teams. Does that make sense?
It does, but because a lot of this is me playing devil's advocate. I would say
Right.
99% of this we probably agree on, but I'm
Because
just
even
like
if Texas Tech lose, that's their second loss. I think you just drop them down with the other 10-2 teams. But that I don't think that boosts BYU up because of the loss they already had to Texas Tech earlier in the year that was so bad.
I never think it would have to though. You
So
can't
so
have the
do you
11th
so
ranked you can't have the 11th ranked team beat number 4, especially if it's a sizable margin of victory and not move them up at all, especially
well,
above
I
these
mean
two.
maybe above Notre Dame, like whoever's in that 10 spot.
They would have to jump Notre Dame, and I would say
But if Alabama
Oklahoma
beats
too.
but if Alabama beats Georgia, let's say that Georgia drops down to the other 11-2 teams. Oklahoma's they'll be 10-2, whatever. You will essentially put Alabama over. They'll be that first two-loss team
Yeah,
out of the
that's exactly
ones.
what I was gonna say. If
They'll be
Alabama
the
beats
yeah.
Georgia, they're gonna
They'll be
be
they'll be the first 10. They'll be the first two-loss team after the one losses, and then you'll have to put Georgia because they already beat Oklahoma, so you can't put Oklahoma above them. And plus, you have to give them, like you said, the benefit of the doubt for playing the extra game. So it will go Alabama, Oklahoma. Then, like you said, if Texas Tech is in there, you can put Texas Tech in there, probably even above Alabama. Even if they lose to BYU, and then BYU, I would just put them above. Or even if you put Texas Tech below BYU and put Notre Dame at 10, uh, Texas Tech at 9, and then BYU, and then Oklahoma, Georgia, Alabama. You see what I'm saying?
yeah.
And build it up that way. I would be fine with that also.
I know Notre Dame is gonna root hard for Texas Tech though, for sure. Because I think if BYU wins that game, I think that steals a spot. I think if BYU loses, they may slide out. But I feel like obvious Texas Tech is in no matter what. I feel like
Yes.
win or lose, Texas Tech is in. I think BYU has to win to get in. I feel like if they
But then
lose,
who do you put in? I mean, who do you throw in there then? I mean, Do you throw a 3-loss Texas in there?
I think Texas is cooked. I I don't
I
think I
mean,
don't.
because if you look at, I mean, their wins, the most impressive win they got is Texas A&M. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
Oklahoma. Well,
Woo.
they got Oklahoma. They got Tech. They beat Texas Tech, Oklahoma, and Vanderbilt.
Texas beat Texas Tech.
Yes, I mean
Oh,
not Texas Tech, Texas
okay.
A&M. My bad.
I
They
was
beat
gonna
Texas
say, well, I
A&M.
know they beat Texas A&M.
No, my bad, my bad. They beat Texas A&M,
Know they beat
Vanderbilt, and
Oklahoma. Okay.
Oklahoma.
I was getting ready to
Those
say,
are three top 10 wins.
yeah, man.
But you got your two losses, or your two out of your three losses were the top 5 teams, and then you got one that Florida loss is probably
Yeah, that's what derailed their season, really.
that's probably what's going to keep them out. If I had to say so, I was
Man,
like, hey, that loss to Florida, I couldn't let
well,
Texas in with that. I would rather, like you said, you brought up Vanderbilt. Well, shoot, you got to think Virginia's gonna get. I mean, if Virginia win or
Virginia
Duke,
or
one
Duke
of
is
them
gonna
are gonna
still
be
in those
in.
spots.
So that bumps Miami out. Okay, so chances are Miami's out
Miami's
regardless.
done. There's no way.
Yeah, you can't put them in, especially if Virginia win. Whoever wins the ACC championship is gonna take that 12th spot.
It's gonna steal a spot for sure. Like
Yeah, I
spot
mean,
is
and then the fact that there's even a possibility that Duke may get in.
to get smashed. They're not even
Like,
ranked at all. Like,
no, bro, they're 7-5. This is
oh my
preposterous.
god. See, I
So,
said it. I said it last year.
but wait, whoa, 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 before you say that, you got JMU versus Troy. It's another conference championship game.
Nah, those don't matter. It's
Oh,
only
that's right. I keep
yeah,
forgetting.
it's only the
I
four.
forgot they changed it. They're
Yeah,
not automatically
only
in.
the four.
But yeah, no, I mean, but shoot, they're 11-1.
Who?
James Madison.
They're cooked, bro. North Texas is 11-1 too.
Yeah, I'm just like, it's crazy. I don't know who you put in. Like, I'm looking. The only two loss teams you could possibly put in is either Vanderbilt or Utah over Miami and Texas. Like, that's the only two that really got a chance to sneak in. Then
Yeah,
if we're just,
this is crazy.
because I mean, you're not letting a 3-loss USC in. You're not letting a 3-loss Arizona or a 3-loss Michigan in. A 3-loss. If you're gonna do that, anybody deserves to be in. It's probably Texas Tech. They're probably the toughest out of all those. Georgia Tech, my fault. Georgia Tech at 3 losses. Like, but if you're gonna do that, you might as well throw in a James Madison.
That ain't gonna
At least they got the record to back it up.
happen. They don't have the competition though.
No, but shit. I mean, like I said, a lot of these teams that has these 3 losses, I don't think any 3-loss team is gonna get in. And like I said, out of the 2-loss teams, you're probably Vanderbilt. You has your best, has the best resume.
It's
Like you
crazy
said,
that there's gonna be some 2-loss teams that don't make it in, but there's gonna be a 5-loss team that makes it. It well, depending if they win.
possibly
Yeah. Ooh,
that. Yeah. And
change
then
it.
last year, then we're gonna be looking at this year kind of like we looked at last year.
And you remember it's so crazy that it used to be a 14 playoff. I don't even know how that. I mean, look at all these 1-loss teams. So you mean to tell me that there would be one, two, three, four major top conference 11-1 teams that wouldn't make the playoffs, and that's
Yep.
assuming. Well, actually, yeah, that would be crazy because obviously
And then they're talking about expanding it to 16.
one of them are gonna have one loss, so you'd have one undefeated team. In theory, 3 11-1 teams, and everybody else is zipped up.
You're done. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not mad at how the rankings are now, but like you said, after this weekend, like, just because, like, I don't. I just believe Alabama's gonna beat Georgia. I just, not just biased, but we're the only team that beats them for some reason.
I would pick that. I
Um, and then, like I said, BYU, if they do beat Texas Tech, like I said, they'll probably just stay at 11. I just don't think they jump.
Let's look and
I
see
think
who
Texas.
Texas
I
Tech has
think
beat
Texas
this
Tech may drop down, but to
year.
like 6. But I don't
Texas
think they.
Tech has beaten BYU and Utah. That's it. They lost to Arizona State, terrible loss.
Yeah,
They beat some smaller guys. They really have no real impressive wins outside of
but
that
then if you
BYU.
oh, okay, but then you look at BYU. BYU have no impressive wins unless you're going to give them Utah.
Because I ain't giving Texas Tech Utah. So
Okay, cool. So like they have
well, I guess
none
it's a
then.
consensus that if they lose, they're cooked.
Yeah, like I mean, I'm. Yeah,
Well, let's get them out of here then. I guess
yeah,
that's
yeah, 2 loss BYU might just be out. That may pave a way for Miami to stay in. So Miami might be hoping that
they definitely are.
BYU lost.
But then
BYU loses.
everybody's rooting for Texas Tech because BYU is going to steal a spot. I think Texas Tech with 2 losses is in still just
No,
because of
yeah, for
where
sure.
they have them ranked
They'll be
now.
the top.
You
They'll
can't,
be the top two. Yeah, they'll be the top
yeah,
two loss team.
you can't bump them down. Top 2 loss team that would get tricky too because then
But
you got
well, only
Alabama,
say
Oklahoma. You got
right, but I think well, like I said, I mean because right now you got Georgia ranked above Texas Tech. So if Alabama beats Georgia, which gives them 2 losses also, which we
yeah.
just agreed on. So if Texas Tech and Georgia both lose
I'm still
and
rocking with
they fall down into the 2 loss teams, out of those
because
2 loss teams,
Georgia's loss is gonna be better. So I think if Georgia
yeah,
Georgia and Texas
yeah.
Tech
So
both
okay, I see what
lose,
you're saying. So probably go Alabama, Georgia, Oklahoma, Texas Tech, or Texas Tech, Oklahoma.
man, I don't know how they see Oklahoma. I mean, they've been kind of like struggling. Like that quarterback didn't finish so hot. So I
Yeah,
mean,
he
I
been
don't
hurt,
know.
but I mean,
Seven-
winning
seven-
4 in a row after that Ole Miss loss.
17 to 13
Three ranks,
over a
3 out
broken
of the teams in
LSU
rank.
team.
Yeah, yeah.
17
No,
to
that
6
part.
over Missouri. They're not anything. They beat
Barely beat Alabama
Damn, they went to Tennessee and Alabama consecutive weeks and won.
and won.
Yeah,
That's
this shit tough.
respect. I
Yeah,
think you gotta
definitely.
respect that. I think you put them. You might put. Let's look at Georgia real quick. You might put them over Georgia. Look
Yeah.
at that.
Let me
Look at
see.
that. They barely squeak out a win at Tennessee. Oh, Ole Miss is probably the most impressive win. Texas when they were 10, but shoot, Texas ain't even in no more. Like, is that really that impressive? And then you struggled against Georgia Tech.
Mm, I don't know, dog. It's not.
I
It's
I
not off.
might I might
I don't have an explanation,
you
but
might put Oklahoma over Georgia. You might go Alabama, Oklahoma, Georgia, Texas Tech as those 2 losses, and then Notre Dame.
and what's crazy is because you would even because I think we're like, oh, okay, well, certain they're in, but I'm forgetting that top 4 means something. It's not just a okay, you're fourth, I'm
Yeah,
fifth, whatever. Nah,
yeah, because then
like you get a
because then
whole
you're gonna boost up. Because I'm Oregon and Ole Miss is just hoping for chaos. Because them two will move up into the third and fourth spot.
but I just don't know how you penalize Georgia for losing like an extra game. Like how do you get rid of conference championship games? Like get rid of them.
I mean, it.
It's not
I mean,
it's
it
not
takes them out
fair.
the top. It takes them out the top 4. I mean, them and Texas Tech if they both lose, it takes them
But
out the top 4. But it doesn't. I mean, penalizes them. Yeah, as a bye. But I mean, they'd be right there at what? They'd be right there at 5 and 6, or no, 7 and 8. My bad.
or
You know what I mean?
make it so that make it so that you can't drop in the rankings unless you flip flop with the team that beat you in the conference. They got
Yeah,
to
they
do
have to already
something.
be ranked. Yeah, if
Yeah,
you
they
lose
got
to
they
a
got to
team that's
make they got
already
to
been
make
ranked,
it
yeah,
something. Like obviously
in
Ohio
that
State,
top 12.
Indiana, they absolutely should move around if depending on who
Yeah,
wins that.
yeah.
I totally get it, but like situations where there's a team at 5 that's 11-1, and you got a team at 3 that's 11-1, but is going into an additional game, you shouldn't
Mhm.
be able to win or lose. You shouldn't be able to drop over a team that didn't make their conference championship. And I know this may sound contradictive because I don't know what my feelings were on this same thing in the past. Well, I know I don't have another 12-team playoff to because I knew we were making it last year, so I can't really say how I would have felt.
Mhm.
Because I always try to put myself in these same teams' positions and see what I would like
Well,
respect.
okay. How about this then? My team was in that position last year,
True.
and I think it was some B. I mean, and I think the rest of the world thought it was some BS that you left Alabama out. You literally put them at 12, but then let in a team, and I think that's the reason why they did away with the conference championship automatically in, because there's no way that who was it, Arizona State?
Nah,
No,
they still got that though.
who?
They still got the conference champions automatically in. That's why we're talking about Virginia and Duke. One of those teams is going to be in the
Well,
playoff.
that's an ACC. Well, okay then. So why don't so the other
The Big 12?
so Sun Belt, so Sun Belt in America, they
No,
don't get to be it,
it's just Big 10, SEC, ACC, and Big 12.
right? But
Just
I'm talking about where last year where
Arizona State
uh
was Big 12.
right, but I'm just saying like they wouldn't rank higher. You know what I'm saying? Like even though they went to the
But
conference
they won
championship,
they won it though, didn't they? Yeah.
yeah. So what I'm saying is that even though Alabama was ranked higher than them, they won the conference championship to get in. They
And
weren't even ranked top 12.
that's the same thing that's going to happen this year because um Miami currently is 12. They're going to get booted out for at minimum going to get booted out for uh Duke or Virginia.
But I
And
don't think
BYU,
and
if
see,
they
I don't think
lose, they're probably out of there too.
but Virginia's also 7-1. I don't know. I just don't know how Duke got in. I mean, Duke 6-2, Georgia Tech 6-2, Pittsburgh 6-2, Miami 6-2, and
Tiebreaker.
SMU 6-2, and they didn't play each other.
Them
I see
tiebreakers.
why. I see why Miami. I see why Miami is currently ranked. That they lost to SMU, so that was their way into the the championship, because they had SMU ranked number two, but SMU also is not ranked in the country, which Duke ain't either. Like I would have been if they would have at 8-4, which is still a better record than Duke. Why did you not put SMU in?
It goes the tiebreakers. I mean, we talked about this with the Big
I
Ten.
don't think it's. Let me see.
It,
Let
it
me see it. Let me look at
yeah,
SMU's record. Play. Who did they play? They beat Miami.
it's not even about
That's
rankings.
really
Like
it.
rankings don't matter for conference.
No, no, I know, but that's what I'm saying.
They
Right
got
now, they got them
conference
ranked
record.
number. They have SMU ranked number 2 in the conference.
It's not even about rank. Like
What is
it's
it
just,
then?
I guess it's just conference record and tiebreakers.
Okay, conference record. Them and Duke didn't play each other. They both have a 6-2 record, but in the conference standings, you have SMU number 2. That's what I'm saying. Now, if Duke was number
Because
2, I'd be like,
because
okay.
because
And with an 8,
the standings take into consideration the overall record. The conference don't care nothing about
okay
that.
then, cool then. If you look at the overall, SMU's conference record is the same as Duke's,
It's the
and their
same.
overall record, yes, and their overall record is better than Duke's.
That's what I'm saying. But you got to look at all them tiebreakers. All the tiebreakers in conference isn't just like ESPN posting, "Hey, they're both 6-2. They got the better record." It's like you got to look at common opponents' records against them. It gets like stupid.
No, I understand. Like, okay,
Let
I
me.
don't even. I don't. They've already, and Duke has already lost to Virginia.
Okay, but
Like
it depends on who SMU lost to.
SMU lost to Baylor and TCU.
And then what did Virginia and Duke do against, or what did Duke do against them?
Didn't play them.
So ACC tiebreaker rules, head to head competition, that's out the window because Duke. You
Yep.
said Duke and SMU didn't play each other. Win
Mm-hmm.
percentage against common opponents. So you got to look at.
I don't know if they had. Let's see. Common opponents. They didn't play We're gonna figure this out right now. Baylor. Did they play Baylor? Nope. Both teams didn't play Baylor. Missouri State. Nope. TCU. Nope. They both didn't play TCU. Syracuse. That might be the only one. Syracuse. Duke beat Syracuse 38-3. SMU beat Syracuse 31-18.
That's the
Let's
only
see.
common opponent.
I'm still going through the record.
Oh, okay,
Let's see.
okay. Well, I was
Stanford. Nope, they both didn't play. Let's see. Clemson. Okay, Clemson. Duke beat Clemson 46-45. SMU beat Clemson 35-24. That's a
okay.
bigger win.
Now
Uh
that
Wake.
doesn't matter. It's not. It's
Okay.
not
I'm just
hard.
saying, I'm just thinking about if you think about common opponents and how you beat them.
Yeah. And
Wake
again,
for
we're
yeah,
not thinking about this from our vantage point. We're thinking
yeah.
about this from the ACC tiebreaker rules.
Okay, so Wake Forest. Okay, so this might be the only thing that separates them. They both played Wake Forest. SMU lost to Wake Forest
There it
by
is.
1 point.
There it is.
By 1 point, and Duke beat them by 17.
There
That
don't
may
even
be the
matter.
game, just the one
That's
separation game.
that's the game that the tiebreaker. Because like I said, I'm reading it verbatim from the internet here.
Let's see, Boston
Win percentage against
College.
common opponents. If the
Yeah,
teams are still tied, the next factor is win percentage against all common opponents.
Lu-
So what I
Louisville.
think
They didn't play Louisville. Let's see, did they play Cal?
I think Duke
Cal.
is
Okay, Cal. Let's see, Cal. Duke beat Cal by 14. SMU beat Cal by 3. So yeah, it may have came down to the points then.
it's 4-0 against 3-1.
Yeah.
Duke is undefeated against the same teams that SMU played. SMU is 3-1.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's how they got in. It's crazy,
Yeah.
but
No, I just wanted to make. I'm like, cause this is just mind boggling. Like stuff like that just be blowing me. I'd be like, bro, like, come
yeah, that's
on.
wild.
Do we really got to go through all like? Just you can see who clearly needs to be in.
They should make a conference record, and then the first tiebreaker should be over.
Overall record.
But
That should
again,
be it.
we don't call the shot, so
No, at all. Yeah. Yeah, that's
it's crazy.
but yeah, so
One
like I
a
said,
1 point loss. Then I bet you could go back to that game and like pinpoint the one mistake that they made that cost them. That
the one
cost
individual mistake
a chance at a conference championship and a chance at a playoff appearance. Probably just one muff punt, one missed field
or
goal.
something, a missed tackle or something,
Yep.
like anything.
It could even
Yeah,
come
no.
down to a couple yards. Like I mean, we could probably pull up that game, a 1 point game that literally came down to something goofy, and it probably came down to the last second, the last yard, the last quarter of a yard. Who knows?
Yep.
Actually, now I'm
Like they
curious.
call football, it's a game of inches.
Yep. So we said we
So,
looking at the SMU and Wake Forest game, was it? Yep, 13-12.
yep.
Oh man. And then 13-12, that leads me to the belief the weather was probably trash. It couldn't have been, but
It's
just
a
something you
lot.
got to think about.
Yeah,
Well, 13-12, usually if that's the final in a college game, like
a lot
something,
happened.
yeah, there was something going on. You more times than not, probably got shitty weather or high winds or
Hmm.
just anything could happen.
Yeah,
Wake had 5 turnovers and still won.
that's crazy.
SMU had 3. SMU only had 8 first downs the entire game.
What?
Yeah, so that's probably they was 4 for 17 on third down. They lost the
Mm,
time of possession.
yeah, that's a lot
Um,
going on.
yeah, man.
It probably just a nasty football, probably just a defensive game, and it
Yeah,
probably was a really good football game. But
yeah, probably could have been. Yeah, for sure. They were outgained on the ground and in the air,
mm,
and that's
oh,
what
that's
happens. That's how the cookie crumbles.
all right. So man, we based on these games we got coming up, we can have a 2-loss Georgia team. We can have a 2-loss Texas Tech team. We can have a 1-loss BYU has to win to stay in. Miami's out no matter what. And Virginia or Duke is going to be in. So that's the current setup right now. And Ohio State and Indiana may switch places at some point,
Mhm.
depending on who wins.
Yep.
Like so I think that's pretty much every scenario. So
Damn. And let
now,
me just, I'm gonna throw this in there and we can move on.
oh, we got
So
my bad. Let's go IU, Texas Tech. Yeah, you could put them over Georgia. That's what I was thinking too.
I just want to throw this. This is one thing I just so Wake Forest took over the ball on the final possession with 6 seconds left, and they kicked the field goal with no time remaining, 50-yarder to win that game against SMU. So, like we said, literally came down to the last 6 seconds of the game.
See,
They got
yeah,
the ball back with 6 seconds
that's crazy.
on
And
the
just kick the field goal
on
and
their
kick the
own
field goal.
42.
So
They
was it
hit.
a fumble or was it a loss of downs?
It was a they punted. So they SMU punted the ball to Wake Forest. Wake Forest took over with 6 seconds left. They threw a
Oh,
25
so
yarder.
okay, I'm about to say, so was it a bad punt?
Oh, let's see. They probably were deep in their
Oh,
own.
that's what I'm
Yeah,
thinking. They probably was on their territory, but still, you probably kick it to at least the. Well, I guess if you kick to
yeah.
the end
They were
towards
on their
20,
own 14. So you figure he probably kicks the ball physically from the fucking
from down there 1 yard
5.
line, down there, yeah,
Yeah, 5. It definitely
inside the
inside
5.
5. He hit a 44-yard punt, which is, I mean, that's decent for college, not amazing,
Yeah, but that
but I
still puts
mean,
you at the what, the 55 yard line, 50 yard line,
55-yard line. Yeah, the
55,
opposite,
right?
the
Yeah,
45.
the opposite side, the 45.
Yeah,
But
I
no,
get what you're
yeah,
saying though. That's
and
it's just
then you throw it 25 yards
yep.
and then kick the field goal. Yeah,
And
yeah.
they spiked the ball 4 seconds and kicked the field goal, and that was it. So yeah, that 6 second cost SMU everything the whole season. Now they're
Man.
playing in the goddamn Boo-Hoo
Pop Tart
Bowl.
Bowl.
Yeah. So
Oh man, yeah,
tough.
no, okay, that's crazy. That's crazy. All right, man. Enough college. I think we pretty much covered everything.
Yes, sir. Oh, predictions. So
Oh,
I'm gonna go Ohio State. I'm gonna go
okay.
Alabama. I'm gonna go Virginia, and I'm going to go Texas Tech.
Okay. I'm gonna go. I'm definitely gonna go Alabama. I'm gonna choose chaos and go IU.
Mm,
I just want to give them some love, and I don't know. I just want to give them some love. It's nothing personal. Of course, JMU. I think they beat Troy.
oh,
Um,
I was just talking about the ones that
yeah,
matter.
no, I can see them right here. I'm just going
Okay.
down the line. Um, North Texas probably beat Tulane, and I don't. Again, I'm gonna choose chaos again, and I'm gonna pick BYU just because I just don't. They got smashed the first time. I don't think. If you don't win that game, your season's over. Like you don't
Yeah.
get in. So hopefully they show some type of pride and learn something from that first game, because that just can't happen. And just so they can probably fix this system next year when they change all of this again, because I'm sure it is once they find a
Mhm.
new, I don't know if you want to call it commissioner or committee, head committee person or whatever. I'm going to pick Duke just so hopefully they win and get in and they can see how ridiculous 7-5 team is being in there. When you already got Miami ranked 12th, just put them in the conference championship and let the chips fall where
Yeah.
they may. At least you
And then
could
wait.
justify. At least you will be able to justify Virginia at what if they win? It'd be 11-2 beating Miami to get that 12th spot.
Mm-hmm.
That makes more sense
No, I agree.
than an unranked. You know what I mean? Duke that's nowhere near being ranked to get in to jump over all these teams. To jump over however many teams, probably 30 teams to get in at 12.
I find it interesting that the Duke and Virginia game is the only one that's at the same time as another game. So you got the
Uh,
Big 12 championship at 12, so that's going to be pretty much the only thing on there. You got
SEC
y'all
at
in
4.
Georgia is at 4. That's going to be the only thing on there. And then they have IU and Ohio State at 8. but then they also snuck in Duke and Virginia at 8.
And you got North Texas and Tulane. Who cares? But
Yeah, I'm
no,
not.
no, that's on Friday. Never mind. I'm tripping.
Oh yeah,
Those two
yep,
are on
true.
Friday. But yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
That Duke and Virginia
Because
game,
they know what it is.
all alumni, bro. Ain't nobody watching that.
Nobody cares. Not with
Like
that game
nobody's
on.
watching it. If you didn't go to Duke or Virginia, you're not watching it.
You don't care at
I
all.
don't even think Duke and Virginia fans are gonna be watching that game over Ohio State and IU.
Yeah, because I mean, and then Miami fans don't care because that doesn't. They're just
Yeah,
out.
they're just
Even though
they're
I
just
am a Miami
they're,
fan, I do like
they're
the.
dead meat right now.
But yeah, they're out. Yeah,
But
so it don't
hey,
matter to them. It don't matter to anybody else but them
Notre
two teams.
Dame, Notre Dame is definitely gonna be interested in that 12 o'clock game though for sure. They're gonna be interested in that for sure. Because if BYU wins that, I think Notre Dame is cooked. I
What do you
think
mean cooked? You think like out cooked?
yeah. If BYU steals only chance I feel like Notre Dame has to make it in is if Texas Tech knocks BYU out. But even still, it's going to be some 11-2, 10-2. You still have some discussion, but I think their
Well, I
chances
just think
are
those
better.
shuffle around. The only new team that's coming in is either Virginia or Duke, and then Miami's going out. I don't think Notre Dame gets out. Or
Mm.
yeah, we
I
only
mean,
got one spot that's up for grabs, really.
they're 12 though, ain't they?
No, Notre Dame is 10. Miami's 12. That's what I'm saying.
Uh,
Miami's going to be out by whoever wins the ACC. BYU is 11. If
uh,
BYU wins, I mean, or loses, I
you
mean, that
think
puts them as
BYU
a
is?
two-loss team. I don't think that kicks them out. And even,
Mm.
I mean, that doesn't kick Notre Dame out. BYU may be out, but that's when we start talking about that probably puts a Vanderbilt in, or even if you want to leave Miami in. But then you got to compare Miami and BYU. Like, do you really think Miami's that much better than BYU, or how do you know what I mean?
So you
Miami
think
didn't even go to
Notre
the
Dame is in
championship game.
regardless?
I think Notre Dame is in
Which
regardless.
is crazy because I mean, if you look at Vanderbilt, like how do you justify that? How do you justify that Notre Dame is better than Vanderbilt?
Shoot, you already got them ranked higher than them already. I mean, granted,
I'm asking you
their
justify.
resume is there for them. Like you said, they got 2 out of the Vanderbilt out of the 5 ranked games they played or 6 ranked games they played. They got 2 losses, so they 4-2 against ranked teams,
In
and
Notre Dame.
they beat everybody else.
No, they beat SC and Pitt. I guess I didn't even realize how that they were ranked, but
But Notre Dame, they lost to a ranked Miami, and they lost to a ranked Texas A&M. Those
okay,
are their
well
first 2 losses. Those are their first 2
that's cool.
losses.
That's cool.
But then, I mean, but look who else you beat up on. You beat up on a Purdue. You beat up on a Arkansas. You beat up on a Boise
Boise
State. You
State,
beat up on an NC State. You beat up on a Navy.
Boston
Like
College.
you,
Boston College, I think,
you
has
put up
one win all season. They beat them by 15.
exactly. You beat Syracuse by 63. Like you know what I mean. Like these are your wins. So I wouldn't if they did put Notre Dame out. I wouldn't be mad. But I mean, look at
Because also
BYU. Like
one thing
BYU's record is not that much better.
one thing you got to look at also is if somebody wins, does that improve one of Vanderbilt's losses, which would be means for them to jump up? Like I don't know if that correlates, but I'm just like I said, just devil's advocate. I'm just throwing out scenarios. Let's see who.
Maybe if Alabama, well, they lost to Alabama. I mean, nobody on there that
There you
they beat. I
go.
mean,
So if Alabama zips up Georgia, does the committee say, "Oh damn, well, hey,
well, my only thing with that is that if they had a loss to Georgia or a loss to well, they got a loss to Alabama. I mean, what it would have to be is the one of the teams that won. One of the teams they lost to would have had. Well, that is Alabama. I don't know.
Alabama,
But like, hey, look, we lost to Alabama, but you know what I mean. Like Georgia did too, twice.
yeah," and then they lost to Texas, but so did
Yeah,
Texas A&M. So like you can make a case for them being one of the 10-2 teams that make it in.
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, so you knock out BYU and Miami, you leave Notre Dame in, you throw in Vanderbilt and whoever the winner is of Duke, Virginia.
Mm, Man, this is a
Because
bit
what it do has to make
this
it.
is this is a bit much. Because if that's the case, then if only one team currently in the 12 has to come out, then
It's automatically Miami.
yeah,
That's automatic. Because, like I said, they're not in their conference championship. So their conference championship is going to take their spot. The question is, if BYU loses and turn into 10-2 instead of 11-1, do you kick them out and put in a different 10-2 team?
you might because they're already at
But
11.
but
So if they lose, what they can't.
okay then. But with that, then right now you have Vanderbilt ranked at 14, under Miami and Texas.
Easy.
So if BYU come out, do you throw Miami back in there?
Nah, I think Vanderbilt hops. I think Vanderbilt hops and
You
get that
think they
final.
hop Miami and Texas?
They should already be above Texas.
You
Like
think so?
they yeah, like, absolutely. Absolutely.
After them beating Texas A&M?
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm,
I
okay.
feel like the records are the schedules are close enough to where one loss should. I feel like both teams are pretty much in that same category as far as who they've beat, whatever, who they've lost to. They play in the same conference.
Hmm.
They're like of the same caliber. So I think that one loss should, I think that one loss
So
should do
that
it.
Texas Tech, I mean, so that Texas extra loss to Florida to you is enough to leave them out. They're not even they shouldn't be there.
Over Vanderbilt,
Other
yeah,
Vanderbilt, yeah.
yeah,
Okay, I'm not. I don't argue that.
yeah,
I don't see how at 9-3 they're 13 over 2-10-2 teams.
yeah.
And I'm even
I don't
looking
know.
at Utah like, let's
Mm-hmm.
see, they're only they lost to Texas Tech and BYU. Those are their loss, but they beat Arizona State, who was ranked, and they beat Cincinnati, who was ranked at that time. But and nobody else has even been a contest. They've been whooping on everybody else. I mean, literally whooping on everybody else.
Somebody's
Kansas State was their only really competitive game. The rest of them are double digit wins. So, I mean, yeah, I would definitely Texas would have been at 15, and I would have definitely moved up Vanderbilt and Utah. But I don't know. I mean, I think that'll be a decision they will have to make next week. You start looking at these 10-2 teams. You look at or 11-2 teams. You look at BYU. You look at Notre Dame. Uh, you're looking at Vanderbilt and Miami, and you're like, okay, out of these teams, like who has the best? Like who has the best resume? And I think after looking at it, I think you're right. I think Vanderbilt probably has the best. But then, do you want to? They gonna be talking crazy. You're gonna have six FCC teams in.
I mean, shit, it is what it is, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. I guess we'll see, man. After this weekend, man, we'll be on
mhm.
next week to definitely update this because this is pure madness. All right, man. Let's talk a little football, man. We said we weren't gonna be long, man. We just went damn near 45 minutes on college football because there's
Yep,
a lot going on.
yep.
It's a lot. It's definitely a lot.
And we
So
still could even go longer. Like,
yes, because
there's
I mean
still
we
other,
cover like every scenario, but
yeah. So,
all right, man. We're gonna look at week 13 and talk about week 14 playoff preview and start looking at some of these playoff scenarios, man. Right now, just to let y'all know what the playoff picture is. Right now in the AFC, you got New England at the 1 seed at 11-2. You got Denver at the 2 seed at 10-2. Jacksonville at the 3rd seed right now at 8-4, and then Baltimore as the 4th seed at 6-6. Those are all your conference leaders right now. And then at 6, at 5, you got the Chargers at 8-4, Indiana at 8-4 at the 6th seed, and then Buffalo at the 7th seed at 8-4. In the NFC, you got right now Chicago is the number 1 seed at 9-3. The Rams 9-3 at the 2nd seed. Philly at the 3rd seed at 8-4. Tampa Bay at the 4th seed at 7-5. Those are all your conference leaders right there. And then 5th, you got Seattle at 9-3. Green Bay at 8-3-1 at the 6th seed, and then San Francisco rounding out the bottom at 9-4 at the 7th seed, which is crazy. Just a 9-4 team at 7. So,
mhm.
We got some scenarios with this too. Granted, we got what we coming up on week 14, so we got 4 weeks left.
5.
Well, 5, including this one. Uh, but yeah, man, we got some close races. Definitely with the AFC South. You got Jacksonville at 8-4, Indianapolis at 8-4, but then you got a surging Houston at 7-5. AFC West, you got Denver at 10-2, you got Los Angeles at 8-4, but then you got Kansas City sitting there at 6-6. Then you look at the AFC North. We were just talking about that. You got Baltimore at 6-6. You got Pittsburgh at 6-6. But you got Cincinnati that's on the road right now at 4-8.
I wouldn't say all that.
I'm just they've
The
been playing
roll
good.
is a bit of a
They are
stretch, but
on the road. Like they've been playing really good football on both sides of the ball. We ain't been able to say that all year. But the last couple weeks they've been playing good football on both sides of the ball. Like, and we were just
oh
talking
yeah,
about there's a chance that they can win the
that
they can
wasn't
win the
bad. That
division.
wasn't a bad performance.
It
I yeah,
wasn't.
I can see that.
I mean, then you look at the NFC West where you possibly gonna get 3 teams in, all with 9 wins right now. The Rams, the Seahawks, and the Niners all got 9 wins. Um, Tampa Bay. You look at the NFC South. Tampa Bay 7-5 right now, leading, but you got Carolina at 7-6, and they play before the end of the season. NFC North, another close one. While you got Chicago at 9-3, you got Green Bay at 8-3, but then you got Detroit at 7-5. Like
Mm.
everybody's on everybody's heels outside of the NFC East and the AFC East. Those are pretty much what they're gonna be. I don't see nobody really making no moves unless Buffalo loses out and Miami wins out. That could be a switch, but don't foresee any one of those things happening. But yeah,
Right.
man, you got Detroit on the prowl, Carolina, Houston, and Kansas City, and Pittsburgh, and possibly Cincinnati, possibly all on the hunt right now in the AFC and the NFC. So, but like I said, a lot of these teams play each other. You're looking at we preview Week 14 right now. You get Steelers, Baltimore, so those teams are going to separate each other right there. Uh, you get Colts, Jaguars. Those 2 teams are going to separate themselves right there.
Mm-hmm. Still 2 games
Uh,
left.
exactly. You get Bengals, Buffalo, even though they're in different divisions. If Bengals win, they now 5-8. They're right there behind Pittsburgh. If Pittsburgh loses, let's say Pittsburgh loses, they go 6-7, and now you guys are 5-8 Cincinnati. They right there. What other division we was talking about? Who the Chargers play? Chargers play Philly. You know what I mean? If Chargers lose, that puts them at 8-5. Kansas City plays the Texans. Let's say Kansas City wins, that puts them at 7-6. Now they 1 game back on the Chargers. You know, so it's a lot of situations where these teams can definitely, these teams that are on the come up or need wins have the opportunity to knock some of these teams out that's in front of them.
Yep, it could certainly get crazy for
Who's
sure.
Carolina? Let's see who Carolina played. Carolina got a bye this week?
Yep, last week for buys.
Yeah. Carolina got a bye this week. So yeah, because who Tampa Bay play? They play the Saints, which
That'll be a win.
yeah.
Gotta ask where that game is. That's a win.
Oh yeah, it's at Tampa Bay. Yeah, so
Oh, I thought you said New Orleans. You said so.
oh
So
no. I was saying the game is. I thought you were saying you ain't got to ask where it is.
so the Saints is no. Excuse me. Who's playing
Tampa Bay
Tampa
and the
Bay?
Saints. Tampa Bay and the Saints
Oh,
are playing
okay.
each other. I
I
was
thought you
saying it's
said.
in Tampa Bay. I thought
I
you
thought
was
you were saying
asking.
the Chiefs were playing the Saints.
No.
Oh no, I got that. Okay,
No.
all right.
So
I was saying the Chiefs is gonna beat them wherever, but said Saints play Tampa Bay. Okay, I got
Let's
you.
say the Lions win. Let's create some chaos real quick. Let's say Dolphins beat the Jets. Let's say Baltimore beats the Steelers. Tampa Bay beats them. Let's say the Colts win. Doesn't matter between Titans and Browns. Don't matter between Washington and Minnesota. Seahawks. Let's see. Are there any controversy? Not really. They probably gonna make it in regardless. So let's
Yeah,
just
they
say
just
they
got
beat. Let's
one.
say they beat the. Yeah, let's say they beat the Falcons. Let's say Bengals beat Buffalo.
We actually do well against Buffalo too. I don't even know if
I
we've lost to Buffalo in the Josh Allen era. Well, definitely not since like our Super Bowl appearance here.
let's say that Green Bay. Let's say the Bears beat Green Bay. Rams beat Cardinals. Let's say we say Kansas City. Let's say Kansas City beats the Titans. I mean Texans, and we get Philly. Let's say Philly beats the Chargers. If that happens, Denver moves to the number one seed in the AFC. Indiana, the Colts move to the third seed. Jacksonville goes to the sixth seed. Um, San Francisco moves to the sixth seed. Green Bay moves to seventh. With the Philly moves to third. Seattle stays at five. Now, we'll see the Colts in Seattle play. See, like this is a crazy game. You get Buffalo at New England. Buffalo beats them. Does that change anything? Yeah, that moves Buffalo into the fifth seed. Yeah. I need to see what the Bengals got to do. Let's say the Bengals beat the Ravens.
Our shit is not even that complicated for real, for real.
Not really. Y'all just got to win. Yeah.
Especially if we beat the Steelers and the Ravens. No, we don't play the Steelers again. If we beat the Ravens and beat the Browns, we finish what 5-1 in the conference. If we do that and then beat Buffalo, so we got Buffalo, the remaining games left. We got Buffalo beatable,
Hmm.
we got Cleveland beatable, we got uh, the Cardinals. That's a winnable game. The Dolphins. That's a winnable game, and then we got the Ravens. Not in that order, but
Right.
those are all winnable games for sure. But we damn near would have to have every one of them. And that's the part that I don't think is going to happen. But the last 2 years we have caught fire at the end and ran the table. So shit, I think Burrow's what 8-0 in the last games that he starts. Like, so that was the 3 games this season plus the
Hmm.
last 5 of last year. So Burrow hasn't lost the game that he started damn near in a year. So I mean, we'll see. We can definitely that's a definitely a favorable, you know, little run there, especially with the Steelers reeling right now. Sorry, I'm a little under the weather. I can't keep coughing, but it's definitely with the Steelers kind of just struggling right now, and the Ravens. I don't know what the hell happened to the Ravens. So it could happen. It really could.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm just looking week 16, Tampa and Carolina play, so that can easily switch.
Man, Tampa Bay's had a hell of a schedule. I
Yeah.
mean, they've played everybody. They've
Yeah.
played everybody. So that for them to what are they like 6-4, 6-5?
Um Hold on, I just have to clear. They got this criteria where you could they're 7-5.
7-5 with that. I mean, I feel like they've played everybody. I could be tripping, but
Let's see. Nope. They play the Texans, they played the Eagles, they played the Seahawks, the Niners, the Lions, the
that's
Patriots, the Bills,
crazy.
the Rams.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like investigate their who made that schedule. That
Yeah,
is
that was a tough schedule.
insane.
And then they
What's
still get
the
the Panthers twice before the end of the season.
name? Pretty much
Yeah.
all those teams are in the every team they've played is in the hunt except for
Hmm.
Saints and the Jets. Everybody
Yeah.
else is
And the
is
Falcons.
They played the Falcons already. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that first game of the
So out
season. Yeah,
of what you say their record was 7-5.
7-5.
Was that
Hmm.
3 games? Well, the Cardinals too. So I guess the Cardinals
Well,
won
you gotta think they beat
two.
the Texans, they beat the Niners, they beat the Seahawks.
They won some good games. Hey,
They won some good games.
if they had the ranking system like college, man, they even at 7-5, they would be up there. They have
Oh
some
yeah,
quality wins.
yeah.
Yes, some of them were on the road too. You went to the Texans and won. You went all the way to across the country to Seahawks and won. That's probably got to be the longest travel in
Oh,
it.
from Tampa to Seattle. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Well,
you
depending
went.
on where were they the week before.
Well, they always go home though, so
Yeah,
yeah, they go home after every game. So
yeah.
they were flying from Tampa all the way to Seattle and
Well,
beat them.
what was they at? No, they was at home. Okay, so yeah, no.
No, what I'm saying is they go home after every game anyway.
Right,
So,
but no, I was looking at the game before they was played the Eagles at home, so they were definitely coming from home. I was just saying.
but no, I'm saying they would have been coming from home regardless.
Regardless, yeah.
Even if
But I'm
they
just saying
played
they
at the
it wasn't
Eagles.
like they was at Philly, then had to go home, and then had to fly to Seattle. You see what I'm saying? They didn't have
Oh,
enough
okay.
two
I see
away
what you're
games
saying.
back to back.
I
That's
thought
all.
you were meaning that they went from if they would have played at Philly, that they would go from Philly to Seattle. I'm like, nah,
No,
they
that's what I'm saying. To go from Philly to Tampa and then go from Tampa to Seattle, that still would have been
that's
a
like 6 days in between. I don't think that would have played a factor, but you never know because they go back right after the game. So Sunday night they're back in Tampa, like after a
right.
Sunday game. Like I don't know if that really plays a part in their like considered travel, but
That's what I'm
that's
saying. They probably looked at that too and made it that way so it'll work out.
I don't know. I've seen like the 49ers play back to back games out on the East Coast. And in that situation they have stayed. They've done that before. But yeah, I've
Yeah.
definitely seen some teams come from the West
I
Coast,
wouldn't
play,
want to go back home.
go back, and then come back out. Yeah, I've seen it before.
Yeah,
Shit's
I
crazy.
wouldn't want. I wouldn't want to.
I know some college teams do it too.
Yeah,
Shit's
but yeah, no,
wild.
we definitely got some situations brewing, man.
Yeah, it's gonna
I
be a
feel
good
like
look.
the Colts are definitely in a must win situation right now. Um, let's see the Chargers. I feel like they gotta beat Philly. Philly would have lost. I mean, that nobody's in the NFC East is threatening them. So I feel like the Chargers got to win because if they lose and go to 8-5, and Kansas City beats the Texans and go to 7-6, then I just feel like Kansas City may catch the Chargers and get in. And we already know what's going to happen if they get in the playoffs. So
Oh, yeah,
who
it's
knows?
game changer.
Um, who else? Like we said, we talked about the AFC North, which Baltimore and Pittsburgh play, and then like we said, Cincinnati on the hunt. Detroit, uh, NFC North, Green Bay, another one who got to win some games. And they play the Bears this week, so that may be a loss. So 8-4, and then Detroit. Let's say they play Dallas. That's a very winnable game.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so if they, you know what I mean, they go to 8-5. Green Bay goes to 8-4, but they got that tie. That tie may help them. That
Yeah,
may be the only thing that helps them
I think we talked
hold
about that before
Detroit. Yeah,
too.
we talked about that last week. That may be the only thing that helps them.
It can help and
Uh,
hurt.
yeah,
That's one less loss, but it's also one less win. So it's a
right. But
chance they can end like tied with somebody in the loss column, but not in the win column, and that'll kick them out. But they can also tie with somebody in the win column and then not in the loss column, which would help them in
hmm
that situation. So yeah, so it's kind of like a tiebreaker, but you can get beat by it as well as it can help you. So
no, absolutely.
yeah,
And see,
it's
and I think in Carolina and Tampa Bay play twice before the end of the season. So,
mm, man, shout
and
out to Tampa Bay. Granted, they did damn near lose against every tough opponent except for the Seahawks, 49ers. But I mean, they've had a hell of a hell man. They've had a hell of a schedule. That's crazy. Then
yeah,
they ended with the Saints, Falcons, Panthers, Dolphins, I mean, and then they still have 4 division games to round out the year. That is insane, literal insanity.
yeah, yeah. Sure, we do too.
But I mean, y'all also didn't have to go through the Bills, the Rams,
No,
the Seahawks, the
no,
Lions,
no, no,
the
no, no,
49ers,
no.
the Eagles. That's crazy.
Like our two toughest games this season before now was the Broncos and the Rams. After that, we pretty much coasted until we got to the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? With the Raiders, because after that we got the Raiders, the Cardinals, the Chargers, the Titans, and the Steelers and the Falcons. Like, but true. Then we got to like I said, we got to the real shit. Chiefs loss, Texans loss, Jaguars could be a loss. Then we play Seattle, could be a loss. Then we play the Niners, could be a loss. Then we play the Jaguars again, could be a loss. And then we end the season at the Texans, which could be a loss. We are very realistically can lose all these games.
And that boy Daniel is starting to Daniel a little bit. I mean, he hasn't went full Daniel mode, but the
He ain't
injury,
not full.
the injury hurt like that scares me a little bit. And we know who the real Daniel Jones is basically what I'm trying to say. So I'm as long as
And
y'all
wait a
can
minute,
hold him out.
he just got rid of your draft picks.
Oh yeah, and
So
then
now,
Sauce getting hurt, so that's not ideal either.
you gotta you really gotta,
Spooky hours, man.
even if you have to be preparing Anthony Richardson, because there's a chance with a fractured, what is it, tibula,
Yeah,
one
Riley,
wrong
Riley,
hit,
Riley Leonard
or
need to.
Riley Leonard, but I don't know. I don't know where you put them to. Whatever. You got to be preparing your backup. I'm just gonna say your backup for whatever may come, because there's a very good chance. Like I said, you're about to go up against the Texans again. Very good defense. You're about to go against the Niners, even though a lot of their top players are hurt. They're still a tough defense. And then Seattle, very tough defense. Like, you're about to go up against some of the top defenses in the league, especially getting after the quarterback. Like,
Yep.
so one wrong fall, you know what I mean? Wrong person fall, you know what I mean? You get tackled the wrong way, you get hit after a play wrong way. That's all it's gonna take. And we could be looking at a very different Colts team. Which, like I said, out of the last four, you only lost 3 out of the last 4. So,
Very true.
like I said, I hope not. I hope we win out. I hope things peaches and cream. I hope nobody gets hurt. I hope everybody come back from injury. I hope we go into the playoffs fully healthy. All of that. I want all of that for my team. I also know my team. So
That's-
I'm just gonna leave that there. I'm not getting my hopes up because we've been on this road for about 10 years now. So yeah. All right, man. That's all I got, man.
cool. I know I said I had something, but I can't even remember
Yeah.
what the hell it was.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was, man. I was sitting here trying to think about it a couple minutes ago, and I've lost it. I don't remember what I was getting ready to say. I know as soon as we hit in broadcast, I'm gonna remember. But yeah, I can't.
Did
I've been
you
trying.
did you want to talk about the Russell Westbrook Allen Iverson comparison?
Oh yeah, we could talk about that. But hold on, it's right there. Hold on one second. What the hell was it? It was right there at the
Did
top
it
of my.
have something to do with LeBron? Was it
Ah,
what else we've been talking about lately?
shit.
Uh was it basketball? Was it football?
Man, bro, I'm
Dang.
drawing. I'm trying my best to remember, but I've got nothing. But yeah, I mean, we could talk about that real quick though. Saw Isaac posted something talking about Kendrick Perkins is saying that he's taking Russell Westbrook's career over Allen Iverson's, and I was saying as crazy as that sound, I agree. Um, I agree. I just I don't see how you can't, like, based on what. I know people like to say, well, impact to the game or influence or people started wearing cornrows because I mean, get out. I like to talk about basketball. Like, I want to talk about basketball. Basketball wise, I mean, you'd almost have to go with Russ, but I mean, that's neither here nor there. But I think I'm rolling with. No, I'm for sure that I'm rolling with Russ's career over Allen Iverson's. Like I said
Uh,
off the air, I think the top 3 guys that I think get so much like nostalgia, benefit of the doubt, are Allen Iverson, um, Dwayne Wade, and Derrick Rose. I think pop culture, and I say that meaning
Mhm.
just people have them. They love them. They love those guys. Like I've never heard a negative word being spoke about any of those guys, but I think that there are guys better than them. I saw something
Yeah,
earlier saying like Shea over Dwayne Wade. Brother, Shea is better
not right.
at basketball than Dwayne Wade.
I don't know about that, bro.
How though? How?
No, 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 no,
What,
no,
what
no,
can
no,
Dwayne
no.
Wade do except oh he's tougher or he came back in that series? What can you say about Dwayne Wade's career that would make him behind Shea? What
I
has he
just
done?
I
Shea
think
has an MVP. Dwayne Wade has none. Shea has a ring. Dwayne Wade has three, but we know that two of them were LeBron. What what is it? Like all you, I think Shea might even already have more first team All NBAs. If Shea even stays on a plateau where
but
he is for the rest of his career, he's gonna be the third best two guard ever behind Jordan and Kobe.
I think if you again, like kind of what we've
I'm
been
lost.
talking about with all these things is that like putting that to the side. If we just talking about basketball and kind of like the comparison I made earlier with AI and Allen Iverson. If you
You
if
mean you said AI
I
and
mean
Allen
AI
Iverson?
and not my fault, AI and Russell Westbrook.
Okay, I
If
just
you
want you to
put
clarify.
if you put those two up playing basketball next to each other, like you may think differently. Just if you take
I
numbers
don't.
if you take
Oh, you
numbers
saying you
if
just
you
talking about
take
style of play?
no, I'm just saying like if you just I mean even style of play, you just look at like how they play because if we're talking about basketball, we're talking about on the court, we're talking about that. I mean, if we just talking stats, then yeah, we can just talk stats.
It's
But
style. If you're looking at style of play, who you taking? You taking AI?
yes,
I'm taking Russ because Russ is gonna put some boys in the hoop. Allen Iverson ain't dunking on nobody.
but Allen Iverson also made a lot of people fall.
I get that. That was gonna be my next point. But
Like
I'm taking the
he
dunk
made
over.
dunk. Russ made dunk on somebody, but Allen
I'm
Iverson
taking
probably
that
has
over
one of the
crossing
most.
somebody.
He probably has one of the most iconic
Facts.
crossovers ever.
Facts. No doubt. No doubt.
Like
And I
his
mean, there's a lot of
crossover, they
guys.
changed the rules in the league, so he couldn't even do that crossover
There's a
anymore.
lot of guys that got that signature thing. You got Harden with the step back. You got Curry with three from wherever. I mean, there's a lot of guys that have like signature things.
But
AI was
Like
guys, but
Duncan, like if you start thinking about dunkers, you're not thinking about Russell Westbrook. He's not like one of those guys. You're like, oh, he's a. You start thinking about like
if I'm thinking
John
about
Kent. You start thinking
athleticism,
about Vince.
athleticism, and that's because he's like he ain't really 6'6" or 6'8" either. But if I'm thinking about athleticism and explosion, I'm absolutely
Yeah,
thinking about Westbrook. He's probably
yeah,
the most explosive times athletic person, one of the greatest in the history of the league.
yeah. If you
When
look,
you factor
yeah,
those two
for
together,
his size,
so
yeah, you put him with the D Roses and those guys, the
I think
Jives.
he's like a six
Yeah,
four, 3, 6'4". So I mean, obviously, you that probably isn't the sweet range for dunkers, but he's man, yeah. If I'm
I
looking
mean,
at
I
explosiveness and
wanna,
athleticism,
yeah, I want to go back to the AI Russell Westbrook. So Russell Westbrook, by the way, got 4 extra seasons on AI. So I'm just gonna throw that out there. But
mhm,
I mean, of course, no championships, neither one of them. You got Allen Iverson got him by 2 All-Stars. Playoff seasons, they both well, no, Russell got 14, but he done been on a bunch of other teams, but nonetheless. AI was only on really one team that went to the playoffs like that. They both got one MVP. Allen Iverson got him by one NBA first team. Westbrook got him by two All NBAs, just total selections, period. AI got Russell Westbrook by two scoring titles. Russell Westbrook got him by three assist leaders. but AI got him by 3 steal leaders. And AI was rookie of the year, and Russell Westbrook wasn't. So I mean, we look at accolades like they damn near neck to neck in accolades. If you look at points per game, Allen Iverson, but you get Russell Westbrook with rebounds, assists, 6 and 8 right there, but you get that to Russ. But you look at steals, you get that to AI. So I mean, really, they kind of right there. And like I said, you're still giving Russ 4 more extra seasons than AI. Field goal percentage, they both right there. 3-point percentage, both right there. Free throw percent, I mean, anything, I mean, it's both right there. If you look at points per game, like their best seasons, AI 33, Russell Westbrook 31. Rebounds, of course, Russell Westbrook with 11, AI with 5. Assists, AI's best season 8, Russell Westbrook's best season 12. Steals, both
Had
of them 2 and 3. You
he's
know what I
had he's
mean?
had multiple. He's averaged multiple digit steals. What 3 seasons? 5 seasons.
Who?
Russell, and he's averaged double digit rebounds.
You
One,
said
two,
double digits of
three
steals. You mean assists?
assists. Yeah, my bad. And he's
Okay,
had
I about to say
averaged
steals. Oof.
double digit. Yeah, that would be wild. Double digit rebounds 4 times.
Yeah,
So like,
which is fine. But I'm just saying, like, I mean, but then again, you like I say, you switch it to the other side, like AI don't let the league in steals 3 times, and he got 2 more scoring titles than him,
yeah,
and
but
one more NBA first team more than him.
yeah, it's a no for
It's
me
really neck
then.
and neck.
Yeah, I mean that's cool, but yeah, it's a no for me.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I would take AI. I like AI if we're talking style. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like looking at this now, it's like okay, well, all this shit's pretty much a wash because, like I said, everybody they both got their specialties. I guess I should say. But then it's styles of play. I think AI style was just crazy. Like that
That's
speed that
that's
he
a
had, like going up against the Shaqs and like hooping on like going. I mean, to the bucket on these guys. You know what I mean? Like was crazy. Like Russ, yeah, he don't like you say he don't put some boys in the rim. But like AI to not even be a dunker like that, like to be so crafty. You look at like the kind of like the first Kyrie-ish type of guy. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Was really him. You know what I mean? And to not really even have the people around him to even get the assist. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, that's
you look
true.
at some of his rosters too. It's like
That could be thrown in with Russ playing with KD all those years too, and
yeah,
KD getting
exactly,
scores. So for him
exactly.
to
Leading score,
average what he
exactly,
averaged playing with KD is a plus for us. So I
yeah,
guess
exactly.
it's give and take, but
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I think it's pretty much a wash. Like I guess it comes, like you said, it come down to preference. And like I said, I just prefer AI style over Russ. I don't got no. Not that I don't like Russ. Like Russ is great, and he probably will go down as probably one of the best point guards of all time, if not the best. Like it ain't too
he
many
should
people
for
you could
sure.
put next to him. Um, Definitely number wise and things like that. And if he happens to steal a championship at some point in his career, because it doesn't like he's slowing down, shit. Well, he had season shit. This is 18th season. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? So he's still athletic. He's still explosive. Shit. He just had a triple double the other night.
Yeah,
So
a
on
crazy one too,
Sacramento.
like,
Yeah, like so
and it wasn't like it
he
was like
doesn't really feel
a
like
little man when he had a
no a big one. I think it
crazy.
was like
Oh,
26
yeah,
and 13 and 12. It was crazy.
yeah,
So I mean, he's still hooping at a high level. Like I say, if he just happens to get on one of those teams that make a run, and get him a ring, you know what I mean? Even if coming off the bench or whatever his role is, I mean, I don't think nobody cares about that when it comes to him. His resume will speak so much for itself that even if you say, "Oh, he was the sixth man on that championship team," so what?
right.
I don't think nobody would. There would be it wouldn't be an asterisk when you talk about him. But yeah, no man, AI definitely, yeah. And right now, to catch up on what you said about the shade D Wade, I don't think it's just not enough information there yet to even draw that comparison. Like so,
Shit,
maybe
bullshit.
down the line. I don't think so. I just
Respect.
don't. I mean, cause and I'm biased too because I'm a D Wade guy.
and
But
that's fair. But
so I'm gonna throw that out there too. So, but I mean, I don't even. Let me see if I can get it. I might be able to get. Let's see if I can get one. Okay, I mean, yeah, because you talking about 16 seasons to 8. Yeah, it's it may be a little lopsided. I mean, like you said, championships is what that is. 8 seasons to 16 playoffs. 13. Dwayne been to the playoff 13 times. Shea only been 4. You got 13 All Stars to 3. MVP, like you said, he got 1. D Wade don't have 1. Finals MVP, they both got 1. First team All NBA, Shea got 3. D Wade got 2. But all NBA teams,
oh damn.
D got 8. D Wade got 8 to Shea's 3. Period. And D Wade got 3 all defensive teams, and Shea got none. They both been the scoring leader once. Shea's been the steal leaders once. Uh, I guess NBA Cup first team. That's new, but whatever.
Yeah, we ain't, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say well, whatever. I mean, scoring. You got Shea at 24, D Wade at 22. Rebounds are the same. They both average 5. Assists, they both average 5. Steals, they both average 1.5. Blocks is both 0.8. I mean, that's really it. So, like I said, I mean, we would probably have to wait at least another couple years before Shea can, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you look at all NBAs, it's just unfair, and all defensives too. Like, I don't think it's enough data there. So
It sounds good, but I don't know. Because I mean, obviously I'm taking it's like you know how they say pound for pound. Like I'm
Mhm.
taking that into consideration. Like pound for pound, his career is
but see, I have in my head, like I said, being a fan of D Wade. In my head, I remember prime D Wade,
I do
like
too.
like that time, like that time where it was Shaq was on the back end of his career, and before LeBron, where there was a period of time where D Wade was going crazy. You know what I mean? When he was
Mhm.
dunking on people and like doing the craziest shit. Like, so I mean, right now we're seeing Shea kind of in his prime. You know what I mean? And dominating and doing his thing. You know what I mean? But he ain't been doing this for 8 seasons, and he been in the league 8 seasons. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, that's
we
true.
got three. We got 3 real good seasons of Shea. Like, there's 5 where he wasn't even nowhere to be found. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was still developing.
Out of D Wade seasons, how many like real good seasons do you have of him? You said he had two. You said he had two
You
first
could.
team All NBAs.
You said what? Yeah,
You said
2.
Dwayne Wade had two first team All NBAs, and Shea has three so far. You said
Yeah. But he has 8 All NBA's period, so
I,
that
I
means that
get
could be.
I get that, but Shea is the way he's looking, just like Jokic. Like them guys aren't coming off first team All NBA for a while. And I mean,
Yeah,
obviously that's
no,
me
maybe not.
subjectively speaking, but like him,
Yeah,
as long as Giannis is healthy, as long as Jokic is healthy, as long as Shea is healthy, those three guys are gonna be first team All NBA. So I mean,
yeah.
we're looking
So
at
in the
three
next,
now.
if in the next 5 seasons, he get and pending he doesn't get hurt or anything like that, you know, and he gets 5 more. Let's All NBA's period. That would have him tied with D Wade, but he's still gonna have to pull out some defensive ones too.
But five, eight first teams. I don't care how many All
Well,
NBAs
first
you
team,
have.
yeah. Well,
If
I
I
mean,
have
if he
eight
gets
first team
first team,
NBAs, you're two. I'm better than you. I don't even give a
yeah,
fuck.
no. If you get 8,
Like,
yeah, but I mean, ain't
if
a
I
lot of
have
people
three
got
to year
8.
two, I mean that kind of in half the amount of seasons, I already have more first teams. That kind of says something. But I mean, it's all subjective. We can go back and
Yeah,
forth.
but I mean, all NBA. I mean, so second and third teams don't matter at all.
I mean, yeah, they matter, but if I have more first than you have in your whole career in half the amount of years or a third of the amount of years, that speaks more volumes you know, to me than anything. If I got three first team All NBAs in 6 seasons and you have two in however many seasons you played, what he played 16, 17.
He has Shea has 3 and 8 seasons,
Oh, three and
but
eight.
D Wade
Wade
has
has
two
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 and
and 16.
16. That
Yes,
ratio is ratioing. But
right, but he has 8 total.
I get that, but like
But you, but
when he gets there,
mhm.
we know that he's on that path to crush that. Like we know that this is gonna happen.
It could be first,
So
or
like
he
I
could
said,
be
pound
second.
for pound, that's like saying a guy that has 10 fights and he's beat the shit out of everybody
Hmm.
against a guy that has 40 fights, but he's lost a couple.
Hmm.
Like that's when you look at it pound for pound, like his trajectory is way higher than D Wade's. I feel like the height of his career is already surpasses the height of D Wade's career. I feel like that's facts. I mean, it's
But
subjective, but I feel like
I mean, like I said, we got to wash away three defensive all defensive teams. We got to
that's
wash that
cool.
away.
That's
You
cool.
know what I mean? Like,
D Wade's best
because if
year.
you tack in on to that, then I mean, we looking at if we're looking at all defense, we just looking at all. You throw that he has 11.
Yeah, but I mean, Tyson Chandler has defensive player of the years. Like you can't. I don't feel like
Oh,
you
I'm
can
not talking
use
about
that.
yeah. I'm talking about all defensive teams. I didn't say defensive player of the
Yeah,
year.
like yeah, they all people have that. Like people have all defensive teams. Like, but when it speaks to an all around better player, like I mean, LeBron has none, and he's in my opinion the best player ever, and he has no defensive player of the years. Well, no, you said it was just first teams. He does have
Yeah,
some first team all
all
defenses.
defensive teams. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm nothing. Like the MVP and all, he already has more MVPs and he already has more first team All NBAs. That to me seals it. That seals it for me. But we'll see. I mean, there's a lot of basketball left. He might quit early, but still, I think pound for pound, I'm taking Shea.
And then I mean, also too, we gotta hope he don't get hurt or anything like that.
That's what I was saying. I mean, shit, he
Because you
could
can look
quit.
at because you look at D Wade too. We got some hurt years in there 16
That nigga
too.
could get to year 10 and be like, shit, I done everything. I'm out. But still, even then, the pound for pound, like from what I've seen, he's a better player. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to see.
Because also, and then like I'm sure if we look up like all all NBA teams for Harden and D Wade, I'm sure Harden has more. And that's just me thinking. I think he has more, but we don't use that same argument when we debate those guys. I know he has more first teams. I'm a guess Harden has 6 first team All NBAs, 5.
Let's see. Harden got one more season. Let me scroll down. He has first teams. He has 6 to D Wade's 2, and they're
Yeah,
both tied in all NBA selection before
yeah,
all total.
I'm rolling, and he has that MVP over him. Like I'm, yeah, it's game time. We don't want to look at the stats like that.
We can
We don't even want to
points
go
per
there.
look points per game. Harden averaging 24. D Wade averaging 22.
We got to
Ja-
take into consideration. My guy was on the bench. He started on the bench.
uh, Were we
D
taking
Wade
that
was
into consideration?
he was number
So
one
we're
except
gonna
for
put
those
so we
years.
so we have to take all defensives into consideration. Is that fair?
I mean, if you want to use that same knowledge for, I mean, that same notion for guys like Tyson Chandler, then by all means.
I don't care. I mean, if
Mark
you want to do a
Gasol.
comparison with them
If
too,
we're gonna
if
if
you
we're gonna shit, Draymond Green's damn near top. You know what I'm saying? If we taking defensive, all defensive teams, Bruce Bowen. I mean, there's a lot of guys that
yeah,
we gotta look at if
then the rest of their resume is not gonna match up.
we're gonna put. But and then I'm saying if you
But
use the
if we're comparing these two, then we can't pick and choose what we're gonna compare. We're gonna compare everything, or we're gonna. I mean, like I have
oh,
no problem. Like I'm looking at the
all
numbers right now, and
all
they're very
all
close.
true or false that all NBAs and MVPs top pretty much any individual kind of. There's nothing better that
Sorry.
you can do as a player than be all NBA or an MVP.
Okay, so does a finals
That's why
MVP
I'm weighing. That's why
okay,
I'm
so does
weighing
a
that
finals
accomplishment higher.
what weight does a finals MVP hold then?
Shit, it don't hold an MVP to me. Not a
Well,
season MVP.
you could be a season MVP and get bounced in the first round.
I get that, but you can also be Andre Iguodala and win Finals MVP.
That's true too.
So I'm not rolling. Like give me a regular season MVP. There's never been a weak season MVP. We have some. We've had a few questionable Finals MVPs.
But we can't say D Wade is one of them. So if we're talking about D
Nah,
Wade, Wade is
that's
not one
facts.
of them.
But I'm just talking about if we're weighing the actual accomplishments. Yeah, I'm taking a season MVP over
Yeah,
the
but we
finals.
have to weigh the accomplishments between the two players
There's
because
there's skeptical finals MVPs, but there's you ain't winning no season MVP if you're not that guy.
right. But that's like me downplaying an assist leader over a steals leader. You know what I'm saying? Like if
I
these
mean,
things are
shit.
like it's based on what I'm just saying it's based on what
we
you
got
want to put
we
weight on.
there are guys that lead assists that aren't all time greats, bro. If you win the
Like
assist,
who?
I mean, like let's look them up. I'm sure we
Like
can
I'm like
NBA season steals leaders. But I can already tell you ain't gonna find me no greats that went that no guys, at least in the modern era that won the assist that ain't all time guys.
no, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm
That's
saying
yeah,
like
that's what I'm saying.
no,
But
no, I'm just saying like if we're gonna
I can
compare if
find
we
some
take
I can find some steals leaders that didn't Dyson not Dyson Daniels, but Jalen Johnson or win the steals. Like there's guys that
yeah,
won the
but he's super
steals.
but like I'm like looking at guys that like careers are over. Like we talking about guys that's like that's been done it. You know what I'm saying? Like just like okay, like AI. Do we take away him leading the league in steals 3 times versus Russell Westbrook leading the league in assists 3 times? Does that cancel out, or do we put one over the other?
Nah, I'm definitely putting assist over steals for sure,
But
without a doubt.
like, to me that's crazy because it's an
How is it
accomplishment.
not? How is it not? Like I'm saying, that's like saying
What is it
Draymond's.
harder to do? Get an assist or get a
That's like
steal?
saying Draymond Green's accomplishments amount to James Harden's. It's not facts, bro.
It's my
I
thing is
don't
this.
care how many. I don't care
It's
how
harder.
many.
It's harder to get a steal than it is an assist.
But that's why the leader only has like 2 point something, and the leading assist has like 12 or 13 probably. So
Okay,
yeah,
so we're looking at
get that. But
the
we're
actual
looking at
task.
if you look at guys that have won the steals, the steals record or not the steals record, but
Led the league in steals.
led the league in steals, bro. You're gonna find more all-time greats that lead the leagues in assists and points over steals. Like
Right, because it's also easier to do.
then everybody would do it. If it was
Right.
easier to
That's what
score than get steals, then Draymond would have more points than steals, right?
no, I'm saying it's easier to get assists than it is to get steals. That's why you consistently see again,
But
the fluctuation in assist leaders change yearly too.
the statistics
Outside
don't
of John
back
Stockton.
that. You you got guys. Have you found the season by season steals leaders?
I didn't know I was looking that up. I can.
Shit, I'm sure Draymond probably got that a couple years. And like annual steals leaders. All right, let me see.
Okay. I got him.
So let's start from most recent.
Most
Dyson
recent
Daniels,
2
De'Aaron
years in a
Fox,
row.
OG Ananobi,
Okay.
DeJounte Murray,
Okay.
Jimmy Butler, Ben
Okay.
Simmons, Paul
Okay.
George, Victor
Okay.
Oladipo. These are
Come on.
solid players. Are all these
Okay.
guys first ballot Hall of
Wait a
Famers?
minute. Keep going. Don't stop.
Draymond Green. Then we have Steph Curry. Yeah.
Okay. Then you
Kawhi
got
Leonard. Yeah.
then you get Chris
Yeah.
Paul 4 times. Then you
I
get
get that.
Rondo.
But Chris
Chris
Paul
Paul
ain't
4 times.
one of he ain't A-list.
Say he's not what? So he's
He's a
not first
A-list
ballot?
point guard, but you're not taking him
What are we talking
over you're not taking him over Jordan, Kobe, Bron,
But
Shaq.
we're talking most of these are gonna be point guards.
I get that.
But you didn't the guys you just mentioned are not even on here. The
Larry
ones on here
Hughes, Larry
well they got
Hughes, Baron Davis, Gerald
oh, come
Wallace,
on. Then who's next?
then got AI, and then
Okay.
we got Eddie Jones, Kendall
Okay.
Gill,
Come on.
Mookie Blaylock.
Come
Like,
on.
what are we talking about?
Gary Payton,
The
then
the
Scottie
the
Pippen.
amount of these guys that are all like top of the crop
I'll put it like
are
this.
not the same
I'll
as
put
the
it like this.
assists.
There's more greats on here than there is not. And if you keep going, you'll see.
But look at assists. You won't find there ain't no no Gerald Wallace's on the assist.
You
No
know
Kendall
why?
Gills, Eddie Jones, Larry fucking Hughes. You ain't gonna find none of them on the all times on the season's assist leaders list. Larry
You know what?
Hughes.
Hold
Larry
on.
Hughes.
I got you. I got you.
You certainly ain't gonna find it on the points.
Okay. You got Jokic, Trey Young, Tyrese Halliburton, Chris Paul,
Okay.
Russell Westbrook, LeBron
Okay.
James,
Okay.
Westbrook twice, Harden, Rondo, Chris Paul, Rondo, Steve Nash. These are the same people that's on the steals list.
I've not
These
heard
are
of
the
Gerald
same
Wallace yet, bro. When have
No,
you
hold
when have
on,
you
wait a
when
minute.
have you mentioned
Wait a
Larry
minute. Okay,
Hughes?
I got you. Hold on. Andre Miller,
Okay.
Rod Strickland, Mark Jackson, then John Stockton, the gang of years because he
Hey,
dominated.
how long back are we talking?
But this is 90s. This is just as far
I
as we
didn't
went
even
back.
I
This
didn't
is
even get to
99.
I didn't even get
Wait a
to the
minute. Andre
90s.
Miller. Wait a minute. Andre Miller led the league in assists in 2001.
Okay, that's 24 years ago.
Rod
I didn't
Strickland
go
did it
back
in
that far.
99. Okay, but the same people that you're saying aren't A-list in steals, you're considering them A-list on assists.
Yeah, bro. They're better than
These
everybody
are
you
the same
named.
players.
Everybody you named is better than Kendall Gill, bro.
Bro,
Everybody.
you got
Everybody
bro,
you named is better than Mookie Blaylock.
bro, you went back
Everybody
just
you
to,
named,
who on there?
everybody you,
Okay, Andre Miller. Okay, we could do the same thing.
you
Tyrese Halliburton ain't even played long enough. We can even go there. Trey
yeah, but
Young.
I ain't said nothing about the years these guys played. I mean, that's
No, I'm
irrelevant.
talking about Trey Young. No, I'm just saying, like, I'm just talking about people who ain't been around that long. So we just talking about seasons. They haven't played
I'm talking
long.
about
That's what I'm
period.
saying.
Like I'm saying, this whole
Okay.
conversation
Trey
was based
Young.
on pound for pound.
Okay, so it's going pound for
Is Trey
pound.
Young
A
is
lot.
Trey Young better? Is Trey Young better than Dyson Daniels? Yeah, bro. Is he better than DeJounte Murray? Yeah, bro. Is he better than Victor Oladipo? Yeah, bro. Is he better than Draymond Green? Yeah. Is he better than even Rajon Rondo?
Is
Yeah.
he?
Yeah.
What?
Trey Young?
Stop.
Trey Young isn't better than
No.
Rajon Rondo? Oh my God. Come on, bro. In what realm of basketball?
In basketball. Any
Bro,
round. What is Trey?
Rajon
What?
Rondo can't even score half of what Trey Young scores.
And that's all we talking about? Because it
In their,
seems like he does
in their,
everything
in
else
their,
just as
in
good.
their level in assist.
That's a lie. Rajon
Bro,
Rondo led the league. Let's 1, 2, 3. What, 4 times? What are we talking about?
bro, who led the
Trey
league?
Young's
And
on there once.
I get that, bro. But Trey Young also led
And
college
Rondo led the league in
scoring
steals
and
before.
assists in the same season, bro.
You said they didn't let in what? And what in the same season?
He in this last year at Oklahoma or only year at
We're not.
Oklahoma. He
How
led
far are
the
we going back again?
he led the that shit. That's still more recently than fucking Rajon Rondo being relevant. Like he led the
So he
college
just did nothing at Kentucky.
scoring. Bro, he didn't lead the country in scoring and assists. I know for damn sure that.
I'm sure he probably led in steals
He's
and
also
assists
he's also
and
better
won
than
a champion and won a national championship.
he's also better than fucking OG Anunoby and goddamn DeJounte Murray for sure,
Ooh.
bro. Trey Young is clearing all these niggas that I named for the most part.
Okay.
Except for obviously Steph and Kawhi. But like Draymond Green, bro. I know you're not taking Draymond Green's defensive seasons over anybody's all-time, all NBA seasons, bro. You're not doing that. I'm not rolling, bro. You're not rolling either.
What are you talking
You're,
about?
you're not about to put Draymond Green's defensive teams up against James Harden's 6 first team All NBAs. Like, stop it, bro. You know
No,
that those
I
don't.
never said that.
Okay, so what are we talking about then?
We was talking about Harden and D Wade.
We talked about that after we start narrowing it down, but this started about
But what I'm saying is
you were comparing
assist and
his
steals.
defensive teams to Shea having none. I'm just like, bro, I'm first
Right.
teams MVPs is all we're talking about, bro. That's all that.
Okay, but then we but
And then I was saying that there's a lot more whatever guys that won that led
Finals
the league in
MVP.
steals than assists.
Okay, and I'm
That's
saying, and I'm telling you that most of those guys that when you were talking about assists, or that you was when you were talking about steals, that you were saying, oh, those guys are just most of those guys, same guys are on this assist.
nah,
On
it's
this,
not that many, bro. You name probably two
Chris
guys.
Paul on there multiple times. Steve Nash on there multiple times.
Steve Nash
Westbrook.
is
Like these are the same guys that was on the steals thing.
no, it's where is Victor Oladipo on the assist, bro?
I'm
Where's a
saying, listen.
Ben
Hear me out.
Simmons, nigga?
Hear
Ben
me out.
Simmons is led the league in steals. Ben Simmons, bro.
Okay, hear me
He's
out.
the epitome of booty.
Okay.
Like that kills this conversation. Ben
Okay.
Simmons led the league in steals, bro.
Okay. And so
And
did Andre.
we both know that he's ass.
Okay. So are the assist leaders the people who are leading in assists? Or those people are elite? That's what you're saying.
At a higher ratio than people that lead the league in steals, absolutely.
So if they're on both lists,
They cancel each other out.
okay, but does it count?
Sure.
If you're comparing them.
Go for it. I mean, but still, if it counts one way, it counts on the other. It counts on the yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
But that's what I'm saying.
I still didn't
What I'm
hear
saying is we just gotta count both.
You lost me there.
Because you just said that if it has to count one way, it has to count the other. And that's all that was my argument from the beginning.
No, I said I agree to that if both guys, if the same guy was on, I can't say that Chris Paul.
So the only way it counts, the only way all defensive counts is if Shea is on that list.
All-time great, period. Yeah, I can say that for sure.
So only if they both make the same list, then it counts.
Yeah, if you tell me this guy has hold on. Let me say this. If a guy has 8 first-team All-NBAs and 8 first-team All-Defenses, yes, that lines up. But we're still talking about, but if a guy has 0 first-team All-NBAs and 8 first-team All-Defenses, I'm nothing on him. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Okay, then. So then if somebody has a season MVP and then somebody has a finals MVP, then those should cancel out because
they don't though. Because there's literal proof that there are guys that have won finals MVPs. It's proof,
and
bro.
I'm sure there's some MVPs that you haven't heard of.
Show me some season, not in the modern era, not since shit. I could go back as far as the 80s. Everybody was like, what? There's definitely been some finals MVPs that's kind of like, all right, I mean, he cool. I think Tony Parker won a finals MVP, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but there's definitely been Jaylen Brown's won a finals MVP. Like, I honestly subjectively don't think he's better than Jason Tatum. But that ain't up to me. But like, there's definitely some guys that have won finals MVPs that are kind of like, okay, yeah, he's a solid player, but he ain't one of the all-time greats. It's happened.
So
like,
wait before. So Jaylen Brown.
I think Jason Tatum's better. Yes.
So why didn't he win it then? They're on the same team.
That's exactly why. That's exactly, but because you can win it by having a better series. Just because you have a better 5 games out of a playoff series don't mean that you're the overall better player. That's literally exactly my point. That's why a season MVP to me is more impressive than a finals MVP because the finals MVP goes based off that series. And in some situations, let me say this: in certain situations, if your Steph Curry don't get you to that finals, there is no opportunity for no Andre Iguodala to win the finals MVP. If we know who was responsible for that team being there. We facts.
Okay, cool. So with your same merit of facts, you have to get there. Everybody gets through the season. Everybody plays the NBA season, but you have to get to the finals. And when I'm saying, the reason why I'm arguing Dwayne Wade's MVP, because he got them to the finals. He was the driving force. So when I'm putting that up against James Harden's MVP, I'm saying it counts because he was the driving force.
I'm not saying it don't count, but just as much or more is what I'm saying.
I'm saying James Harden is. I can see if James. I put it like this. I would even give you that if James Harden hasn't even been close.
I'm nothing. Also, a Finals MVP is just as much as a team accomplishment as winning it all. They're neck and neck. Because if you ask me, LeBron should have goddamn 9 Finals MVPs.
He has final MVPs for
Or
all the
maybe all
championships
of the
he
ones
won.
except for the KDs and the Dallas one. Shit, all the other ones he been to, he damn near should have been the Finals MVP, even losing. So like
I agree.
that's not even helping your argument even there. Like it ain't even the best player in the series.
Wait a
It's the
minute, though.
best.
Wait a
It's
minute.
the
Hold
best
on, hold on, hold
player.
on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on.
It's the best
There's
player on
been
the winning
players.
team.
There's been players who won MVPs who didn't even deserve them. We can
Like,
go back to the Steve Nash MVPs.
that's arguable, but a lot of guys do agree that he was. I listened to Joe
We
Johnson
can go
say,
to the
"Nah."
ones that
I
LeBron didn't
listen to
get.
Joe Johnson say, "Nah, he was the most valuable player because without
But
him, we couldn't win shit." I've heard him say that.
okay, but this is also coming from somebody who, if it was on that steals or assist list, you would be talking about them. So
Who,
if you're
Joe
not gonna
Johnson?
give them no
Joe
merit as a
Johnson or
great,
Steve Nash?
huh?
Joe Johnson or Steve Nash?
Joe Johnson.
I mean, yeah, but that don't
Okay, he's
mean
one of them
nothing to
basic
this.
guys, so we don't. So we're not gonna put a whole bunch of weight on what he's saying.
I mean,
Because
there
if you
yeah,
look
I
at
mean,
Kobe,
play with him.
because if you look at the year
I'm not
that he
saying he
won it
was a
over.
say all be all, but
Okay, but I'm just saying, if you're looking at the year that he won it over Kobe, if you go to those same Laker players, you'll be saying the same. They be saying the same thing. We won't win this shit without Kobe.
yeah, but obviously the
The year that
writers
he won
agree
it over
though.
LeBron, you definitely gonna hear that.
The writers agreed though. So I mean, shit. So for him to
Okay,
say that, and the actual writers amongst the country said it, I mean,
okay.
it holds a
So
little
what
bit more weight.
I'm just saying that the
Anybody can
same.
cape for their teammate, but if
Okay,
the writer said, and then he says, "Nah, yeah, y'all tripping, nah, he really was because without him, we wasn't shit."
okay, and if that's the argument you get, I'm guarantee you, if you go to those players that he beat out, that their team is saying the same thing because those
But
teams were in the same predicament with
only
Kobe and LeBron.
difference, the only difference is that the voters didn't agree. The
Oh,
voters voted Steve Nash. So for somebody
okay,
to back that up and say that's the difference between somebody, Rick Fox saying, "Oh nah, Kobe was the real MVP. Without him, we wouldn't have done anything." All right, cool. But the voters actually said, "You know what? Nah, Steve Nash is the MVP," and his teammates said, "Nah, like real shit, like he earned it." So that's the difference
but
between the
but
two
as
situations.
but as a but as basketball players who watch those seasons, basketball fans who watch those seasons,
I'm going
in that
Kobe.
moment, everybody was saying that.
I'm going Kobe. But I'm just all I was doing was just
And,
stating the facts.
and
The
all I'm saying
voters
is that
the voters
if you
voted
if,
for Steve Nash, and I just quoted something that his teammate said. That's all that I mean, do what
and
you
then,
want with that information, but the
cool, but
fact
but
remains is that
but
he is
even
the
before Joe
only
Johnson
MVP.
said that,
So
you
what
would.
now?
I said even before Joe Johnson said that, from them points on, especially him winning it back to back, from them moments on, everybody was saying the same thing.
I agree. I'm still saying the same
That,
thing. So you're not
you know,
lying. You're factual in that. I'm still
so
saying that those
so
should
so
have been.
I'm so even with you're still looking at the majority of the people saying nah. Nah, I
I'm just
watched that season. I was playing in that season. Nah.
I'm just stating the facts, bro. The facts
Yeah.
are he won it,
He
and one of
did.
his teammates was like, "Hey, nah, for real shit," because he was
As he
talking.
should say.
He was talking to 520, and 520 was like, "Nah, that was that should have been Kobe's, but he was just like, nah." We wasn't we nah. He's like, you should have watched the games where he didn't play. Like yeah, he really was that. So that I
And if
mean,
you
not even necessarily I saying I agree with it, but those are the facts. I mean, shit. I still were rolling with Kobe, but
and,
that's
and
facts.
like I said, you can go through MVPs or you can some season MVPs or you'll be like,
You ain't gonna find no fucking Draymonds or OG Ananobis or all these other first team all defensive guys. You ain't gonna find no fucking Tony Allens uh, MVP winners, bro, or first team all
no,
NBA.
I'm talking about finals MVP. I'm just
Yeah,
saying, just like you was
Andre
discrediting that.
Iguodala. Andre
I'm just
Iguodala is one of them
okay.
guys that's a guy, but he won Finals MVP.
Okay, but if you and I guarantee, like you said, and we're gonna say, and I'm saying Steve Nash is one of them guys that shouldn't have won. That won 2 season MVPs that shouldn't have won it by consensus by everybody.
No, it's not.
Outside of his team and the writers
Consensus,
in that moment.
consensus said Steve Nash won it. So like you're
I'm
arguing with
talking. No,
facts. I'm not here to argue to debate facts. We can be subjective all day, like, and I think that's the basis of this conversation. But the facts are,
your
but
quote. The fact
you can't use your subjective opinion in a debate about facts. The facts are rather
Okay
that
then.
Steve
All
Nash
right.
won it.
Okay. So to you, a season MVP is more than a finals MVP. To me,
Absolutely.
it's not because you can get a season MVP without making it to the finals. You can't get a finals MVP without making it to the finals. Just by making it through the season, you can't get a finals MVP. So I'm putting
Right.
more weight on that because D Wade has been to the finals and he won the
So
championship.
so
And
every guy
he
in the
won the
NBA,
finals. No. Let me finish.
every guy in the
He-
NBA has a shot as a
let,
season
let-
MVP.
let me
Only
finish.
20 guys have a
Yes, they
shot at
do.
the
Yes, they
finals.
do. Yes, that's when. Okay, yes. At the beginning of the season, everybody in the NBA has a shot at the season MVP. Game 1, everybody has a shot. Everybody doesn't have a shot at the finals MVP. Only people who make it to the playoffs have a
Yeah.
shot at the finals MVP.
Realistically, maybe what 2 or 3 people out of the series
Wait
have
a
a shot
minute.
at
Actually,
it?
that don't even apply because only the people who make it to the finals have a shot at a finals MVP.
Yeah.
So I can say that D Wade's finals MVP holds more weight than than James Harden's because there's only 26 people who had a shot at a finals MVP that time.
Right. So 1 out of 26 is harder than 1 out of 300?
Yeah. It's more
That's crazy.
how is
What?
that crazy?
How is 1 out of 26 harder than 1 out of 300 something?
What's the
The odds of you winning are way better 1 out of 26 than 1 out of 340 or however many guys is in
no,
the NBA.
you're
Are
you're
you
you're you're
serious?
almost doing it backwards because if you don't make it
No,
to wait,
no.
no, hear me.
That's
If you don't
that's
make it,
that's right. 1
you
out of
gotta
26, 1 out of 26 is way better odds. If I shoot 26 threes and I only hit one, that's a lot
you
easier or a lot better than
you're
1
not
out of
doing
340.
you're not doing the math right.
No, I am
Because
doing
the
the math
thing,
right.
no, hear me this.
Like
The
I'm a
same person,
freelance major, bro. Like the odds of winning the in season MVP are way harder. Like 1 out of 3. One. If I say you got a 1
okay
out
then,
of 340% chance.
okay then, finance.
Okay, hold on real quick.
But you gotta
So
break it down into starters.
if I say
You gotta
Vernon,
break it down into starters. Okay, we can really narrow this down. You can break this down into starters.
you're
So
cooking
now
yourself even
over
more.
30 teams. Go ahead.
You're cooking
Now
yourself even
we'll
more,
cut
bro.
that we'll cut those odds down. We can really cut those odds down.
You're bro. If I say, hey Vernon, the chance
Yeah.
of you winning this $300 is 1 out of 340 or 1 out of 26. Which one are you going with? Which
The
one
one in
has the
26.
greater chance of you winning?
1 in 26.
Exactly, bro. That's the
Okay, then.
greater chance. That's
Okay,
the
okay.
easier. That's the better odds, bro.
Okay,
It's
but
easier
wait a
to
minute,
hit
wait a
1
minute.
out of 26 than it is 1 out of 340.
Okay then. So at the beginning of the season, who all has a chance at a finals MVP?
Everybody.
Okay then. So the same odds.
No matter how
Right?
crazy you kill, if your team doesn't make it to the finals, you have 0% chance of winning the finals MVP. No matter,
There it is.
you can be averaging 50 points a game. If
Okay
your
then.
team
Guess what?
make it to the
Guess
finals,
what?
you can't win.
James, okay then, cool. You just made my point. James Harden has had a 0% chance of getting the Finals MVP. D Wade
Because of a
has
team
had
accomplishment.
D Wade has
His,
had a no. See, there you
his
go.
team,
There you go. There
his
you go.
team
That's not a
didn't
team
make it to the
award.
finals.
That's not a team award.
His team did
It's
not.
not a
But you
it's
have
not
to.
a
Your
team
team.
of award.
Yes, it
Team
is,
award.
bro. If
A
your team
championship
doesn't
is
get
a team
there,
award.
you can't win, bro. How you gonna win an MVP, a Finals MVP, if your team doesn't make it to the finals? It
Okay,
doesn't
that
win the
makes it even more elite. That's what
no,
I'm saying.
don't, bro.
James Harden hasn't had a chance. He's had a 0% chance.
Because
He's
of a team
never made
accomplishment,
it.
bro. His
No,
team
it's not.
wins,
It's,
and he
okay,
carries them throughout
okay,
the
then cool,
regular season
cool. You're
and the
okay. It's
playoffs.
the
He
team
be burning
accomplishment.
out.
Okay, so he's had a 0% chance.
I get that, bro.
And D Wade going to what multiple finals has had multiple chances.
So okay, so
So that makes that more elite.
Draymond Green has had 6 chances at an MVP.
Yes, he has. Yes, he has.
Vince Carter's had what, 2? Does that make him better because he's had more opportunities, or is
What
it
you
just
mean,
a
man?
none to some type of thing? Because I can
Right.
definitely think of some all-time greats
But
that have
but
never
but
been.
but if you look at Vince Carter, he's had chances. I'm saying James Harden has had
Okay,
none.
so it's
We're talking
okay.
about
So let
zero.
me
We're talking about that.
so we need to pull up a list of the best NBA players that haven't been to a finals, and Draymond Green just clears them all, right? Is that what you're saying? Before I look it up, is that what, do we agree on that?
What do you mean?
You're
If
Draymond
we're
Green
talking
has been
about
to what?
chances at a Finals MVP,
I get it.
yeah,
Draymond Green has been to what, 6 finals and it's won 4. So he's had 4 opportunities at winning, or just 6, however you want to calculate it.
yes.
He's had
If you compare him
X,
to another great that has zero chance at a Finals
and
MVP,
Draymond
if that's
Green
what we're
clears him as a better
because
player.
they had yes. Well, if it comes to chances,
Oh,
if it if
okay,
it if it comes to
okay.
chances at a
Hold on,
Finals MVP, he
hold
does
on.
because they haven't had a chance.
Okay, give me one
Zero
second.
1% beats 0% every time, right?
Okay,
Come on.
so Derek Fisher
Derek
clears
Fisher's had a chance.
James
He's
Harden.
been to the finals.
So
He's
wait,
had a chance.
are you saying
Yes.
that these guys are better players?
No. What did we see? Don't change it.
I'm
That's
not
why.
changing it. What are
Okay,
you
so we're talking
talking about? You're saying that if
chances
a
at finals
person
MVPs.
you just said if a person has a chance at an NBA finals, they're automatically better than somebody who hasn't.
I didn't see. That's not what
That's
I
what you
said.
that's
I
what
said
you're
if we're
very
talking about
literally what you're
I'm
saying.
talking about chances at finals MVPs.
I get that, but you're
Okay,
saying
that's
that
it. That's it. That's it.
hold on. So you're saying that D Wade clears James Harden because D Wade has had chances and James Harden hasn't, right?
That's it.
So
He's had
so
chances
you
at a
have to
finals MVP and James Harden has.
so you got to apply that same criteria to any 2 players, right?
Right.
Okay. So
So,
Derek
but
Fisher
the players,
is
wait a minute, the
better
players that you
than
no,
Steve
no,
Nash because
listen, listen. You have to compare players who have been and haven't, and we're talking
yeah,
about only chances at a Finals MVP. That's it.
I get that.
Now,
And so
okay,
there's
cool. I just
guys
want to
that
make sure.
have had but agree or disagree that you're saying that that D Wade clears James Harden because James Harden hasn't had a chance to win a Finals MVP and Dwayne Wade has. Yes or no?
I'm saying no. That's
That's
not
a
what I
yes or no
said.
question.
No,
That's a
that's not
yes or
what I
no
said.
question.
No,
Okay.
that's
Then what are
not
you
what I
talking
said.
about then?
Because
You're saying
you're
one
not
beat zero.
listening.
What does that mean if that's not what you're saying?
Because we were just talking about MVPs. And you were saying that a season MVP is more valuable than a finals MVP. I'm saying no, because everybody that starts an NBA season has a chance at a season's MVP. Only people who make it to the finals and win a finals has a chance at a finals
And
MVP.
I'm
And I'm saying,
literally
no, just let me
I'm literally
finish.
putting
Let
2
me finish.
players
Let
in
me
that
finish.
same equation and you're not rolling with it.
What are the 2 players?
I just named them. I said Derek
Who?
Fisher and Steve Nash.
Okay, Steve Nash, has he had a chance at a finals MVP?
No.
Okay, has Derek Fisher?
Yes.
So Derek Fisher has had a better chance at a Finals MVP than Steve Nash. That's a
What does that mean
1% to
though?
0. That's all I was talking about. I don't know where
That
you're
literally
going with this.
that can't be what you were talking because it makes no sense. It's
It
irrelevant.
does when you're talking about D Wade and James Harden.
No, it does not. So how can that be a fact or equation for them 2 players, but it's not an equation for any other 2 players?
It
That's
is. I
crazy.
just said that
You
Steve
just
Nash has
said
had a. I
no.
just said
You
Steve
just
Nash has
said
had a
you just said
0% chance at a Finals MVP. A 0% chance,
I
and
get
Derek
that.
Fisher has.
Neither has Steve Nash. So what does that mean?
What are you talking about? Neither has Steve Nash.
You cannot say that Steve what's the
But you
name
have to
was
compare.
more
But you have
important
to
or
compare.
better.
But you have to compare somebody who's won one to somebody who hasn't. You're comparing 2 people who haven't won one. We're
So
comparing somebody who has to somebody who hasn't.
so Andre Iguodala over Damian Lillard. Who's the better
Okay,
player?
Damian. Okay, we're not talking about better players. We're talking about chances
Yes,
at
we
an
are.
MVP.
We
We're not.
literally are talking about who's better between James Harden and Dwayne Wade. And we're breaking down their accomplishments, and you're trying to say that since
Okay.
Dwayne
Okay.
Wade
Let's
has
break.
had
Let's break down their accomplishments.
James Jones has had opportunities to win Finals MVP. What does that
Okay.
mean?
Okay. So what I'm saying is, if
Slava
we're talking, if we're
Mavrodinko's had a chance to win a Finals MVP. Who the
exactly,
fuck cares?
if we're
That's
talking about
irrelevant.
final, if we're talking about MVPs, which we were originally. Season
Yeah.
MVP versus final MVP. That's what we originally was talking about with
Yes.
James Harden and D Wade. I'm saying again, what I've been saying is that at the beginning of a season, everybody has a chance to get a season MVP. That's what I said.
And
And I'm
so is
saying
D
this.
Wade as a
And
regular.
I'm saying that not this everybody who starts off a season has a chance at a finals MVP. You have to get to the finals.
I
And
get that.
everybody
In the
don't get to
conference,
the finals.
I get that.
Everybody doesn't get to the finals
I get that.
to have a chance at a finals MVP.
That
So
proves
that's
my
what I'm
point.
saying. So if we're talking about those two awards, which we originally was, I'm saying that I take a finals MVP over a season MVP because you don't have the same chances to get one. You have to be in that game to get one.
Okay, and that's your
And James
prerogative.
Harden, and I'm saying James Harden has
Hold
never
on.
been in that
Let me
game.
respond. Let me respond. That's your prerogative if that's how you feel. But
Okay.
if you're gonna state that, it has to be the same unilaterally for everybody, or it's not.
Okay, so take
No
if you're
equation
gonna
is an
but I'm
equation.
not saying they're better. I'm talking about those two awards.
It don't matter. It
Okay.
literally doesn't matter. If you
Okay,
can't
so if
apply
you
that
want
for
to
anybody else, like
if
it
you're
don't
gonna
matter.
if you're gonna bring up two players, bring
I
up
don't even
in the same
you can even
criteria.
I can even add players that did have a chance to win an NBA Finals MVP and didn't.
I'm
It
I'm saying
still
this.
don't align, bro.
If get another season MVP and another person who don't have a season MVP that has a Finals MVP, and I'm gonna say the same thing.
So so
Long as it's equal.
Andre Iguodala, and James Harden.
Okay, I'm gonna say the same thing that
You're you're
James
you're
Harden has
you're
had a 0% chance to
you're in
win a Finals
denial.
MVP,
That
and
doesn't
Iguodala has had the
it
same.
doesn't mean
Just,
anything. It doesn't mean
okay,
anything. What does that
okay,
mean?
chances. That's what it means.
It don't matter.
Okay, all
I
right,
don't do the
okay,
lottery. I don't do the lottery, so I have zero chance of winning it. What the fuck does
okay.
that mean in the grand scheme of anything? Like you don't that doesn't make you a better chance because you do have a chance of winning the lottery and I don't. That don't make you that don't make you better at anything. A better
That makes
person. It don't
I
think
mean,
it don't make, if anything it doesn't make you anything better. Like
okay,
nothing.
so again, if we're talking about basketball and we're talking about accomplishments, that's my outlook on those two.
I can
As
even
far as those two
I can
accomplishments.
even match you more. I can say a guy that did have a chance at winning the MVP, a Finals MVP, Allen Iverson. He's still clearing goddamn Andre Iguodala. So like
If you're not talking about accomplishments
guys
and
with
you're just talking
chances,
about basketball player, then fine. But we were
and
talking about accomplishments.
he got a regular season MVP. It's
If we're
cooked,
just
bro.
okay, but
The
if we're talking,
strategy, the
if you want,
theory
yes,
of the
if you
theory
change the
of
criteria, then yes.
the
If
theory
you're just
of
talking about players that, if you're talking about players that's better than each other, then yes. But if we're talking about the accomplishment of season MVP and Finals MVP, which we originally was, then that's that's my argument on that.
and I'm just saying that it's weak. It has helly holes, and I've exploited all of them in the
That's
best
a
way that
whole.
I know. Hold on, because my computer's getting ready to die. So if it just cuts out, I ain't hanging up. It's just I ain't even got my cord down. I'm down bad. But my only thing I say is you cannot use a strategy if what they say in math, it's not a real equation if it doesn't work for all real numbers. And
Fine.
your theory has holes in it, and I've exploited those. I've
What
exploited
are
those
the but
holes
what
by
the
plugging
what is the
two
whole?
players with the same situations in in
But the
that
answer
same
didn't
equation,
change.
and it doesn't equate to anything, bro.
It
It doesn't
doesn't.
equate to
But you're making it
I
seem
can
like I'm
take
changing
I can
my
take
answer based on that, and I'm not.
but you're just refusing to, and that's fine. But
But that's
I
not.
literally that's just like us being in court and you saying I didn't do it, but I lay out all this evidence and you're just like I didn't do it, so I'm not changing what I'm. It
That's
don't
not
matter.
the.
You can say
That's
that
not the same thing.
I've literally
That's not.
exploited
That's
your
not the.
theory, and you're just like, oh, I'm not
But
changing. It's
how do you explore?
fine.
Okay then. If you explain my theory, my theory is that
Zero chances
James.
or one chance.
Okay, has James Harden? Okay then. If you exploring my theory, has James Harden been to a finals?
No,
Okay then. You're not exploring my theory.
that
That is
doesn't
my
say.
theory.
What I'm saying is that doesn't say shit about how
It
MB
does.
how
It says something about a Finals
no,
MVP
no, no,
and not a
hold on.
MVP.
That doesn't say anything about having a chance at winning the Finals MVP is greater than the in-season MVP, because I've given you multiple scenarios where there's guys who have won MVPs that don't mean shit to guys that have won regular season MVPs. They can't even hold their draws. So that's
Okay.
how I've exploited that. Your
But
theory,
that's not. But that's not my theory though.
just like we're in court and you're just like, oh, well, I didn't do it. I have the evidence. Like,
But that's
I've
not my.
literally
That's
laid out scenarios that
but you laid out. But you laid out scenarios. But you laid out. You didn't lay out scenarios based on my theory. That's what I'm
do they or
saying.
do they not fit your what you're trying to like point out?
No,
Hold on. Let me say this one.
if
Like, computer is getting ready to go. You're saying yes or no? You're saying that having a chance at winning a Finals MVP in some sort is greater than having a chance at winning a regular season MVP.
I'm saying the chances are not the same.
I get that, but the chances
Okay,
are
that's all I'm saying.
one, but that's not facts either.
That is facts.
1 out of 400 is
But
not better odds than 1 out of 26, Vernon.
But
It's
I'm
not.
listen. No. What
If
I'm
I'm trying to figure out what's the best chances I have to win, I'm gonna pick 1 out of 26 over 1 out of 400 because it's
But you
harder.
don't. But what I'm saying is, James Harden doesn't have the 26. He doesn't even get that option because he's never been there. That's what you're missing.
And
He's never been
and
there.
I just laid down some greats that also haven't been there. That doesn't
Okay,
mean
but I'm
anything.
not saying they're not great. I'm just saying their
It
chance at
doesn't
winning
mean
the final.
anything. Slava Medvedenko has had a chance at winning NBA Finals MVP.
And he's
What
also
the
had a chance
hell
to
does
win
that
the
have to
season MVP.
do with anything? It literally has nothing to do with anything.
Yeah, because
He
you've
was there.
lost.
He had a
Because you've
chance.
lost.
Who gives a shit?
Because you've lost the context of what we were originally
I'm
talking about.
literally using your same formula, and you're just refusing to accept it.
I didn't use a formula.
Having a chance at winning a Finals MVP means
Okay.
nothing. And my proof to that is naming all the guys that had a chance at winning it that aren't absolute shit dog basketball players. So,
But are we? But we're not talking about shit dog basketball players. Because
that's literally what we're talking about.
Dwayne Wade a shit dog basketball player?
I didn't say that, but you're
Okay,
saying
then.
that
So
you're trying to.
so you're not
Your
comparing apples
argument
to
for him.
apples.
Your argument for him
You're
being
comparing
better.
an apple. You're
Your
comparing an apple to a
no,
spoiled apple.
The argument for him having a more important accomplishment over James Harden is saying that he has and has won. He's had a chance
Because
at winning.
we're talking
and
about
he has
two.
won one.
We're
And
talking
I'm
about two
saying,
great.
well,
So we're talking about two great players.
yeah.
We're talking about two great players. So
Andre Iguodala's
two
Finals
great
MVP
players
outweighs James Harden's.
Two great players. Do you consider Iguodala a great player?
Apparently, you do. If you're putting,
I said no. I'm not saying apparently. Answer the question. Okay then.
No.
So that's not the same comparison.
Yes,
compare
it
two
is.
great players. Compare two great players.
I'm using objectiveness. You're using
no, we're not using. You said you can't use that as a fact.
Facts.
You just told me I can't use objectiveness as a fact. We're not talking about fact. We're talking about factual two great players.
That's why I used Andre Iguodala, because we're talking about facts.
Okay, give me two great players then.
Think about anything great in the NBA.
Give me two great players.
That's exactly
Give me two great players. Give me two great players.
Allen
Just
Iverson
in the same scenario.
Allen Iverson and D Wade.
You said
taking D Wade?
Okay. Again, I'm still going D Wade. Accomplished. It's the same thing. I'm not changing that. AI.
See, that's where the conversation ends.
You know what? No, I take that back.
Even continue talking.
No, AI has had a
and you not
I
accepting.
put AI over James Harden MVP because he has had a chance. I take that back. I forgot. AI has been to the finals. He has had a chance.
For Slava Medvedenko.
Okay, he's won the final against who?
You tell me.
Is he great? Is he great?
No.
You consider him great? Okay, then. So we're not talking the same thing. I need two great players.
But me considering somebody's great is subjectiveness.
But
Keep it subjective. Objectively speaking.
Okay, objectively.
won one, and Damian Lillard has never had a chance. What does that mean? It means absolutely nothing.
But if
who's
you're
great or not is subjective. What's the guideline?
But the guidelines for great is that we both agree that they're but the guidelines for that is we both agree that they're great. Or we can't have a conversation. So we both agree that James Harden and D Wade are great, right?
I also think that Damian Lillard
Wait a
is
minute.
great, and I don't think that.
Okay, so you have to put him up against another great for us to have the conversation. That's what I'm saying. You can't change it.
That's it again. But you're not talking. You keep saying that you're not talking about who's a better player. We're just talking about
No. I'm saying they're both great players.
Why are you talking about who's great and who's not? You kept saying that we're not talking about.
We're not saying who's better.
Who's
wait
great.
a minute. No. Because because again, you're changing it again. We're not saying. We're not saying who's better right here. I'm saying D-Wade and Harden are both great.
Who's great and who's not great? If we're not,
I'm saying they're both great. But you're saying you're giving me the same scenario and it's the same thing. I'm saying no because there have to be two great players.
But
that's the scenario.
But you're saying it doesn't matter who's better.
Not who's better. Who's great?
If somebody's great.
Is there multiple great players?
Not me.
Is there multiple great players?
Yes. Are there multiple great players that have never made the finals?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay then.
You pick two guys.
Okay then.
You pick two guys.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you give me D-Wade and Charles Barkley. I'm gonna say okay, Charles Barkley again. He's had a chance because he's been to a finals.
Okay.
If you say him and AI, okay, they both have a season. They both have a season. They both have a season. They both have a season MVP. They both have a scoring championship.
You haven't acknowledged, so you pick two guys. You find two great guys that haven't won and shit. You do it like everything.
My argument doesn't change.
I've named a bunch of good guys,
but you haven't named two great guys. But you haven't named two great guys.
Top 75, bro.
But you didn't put him up against another top 75.
You can put him up against D-Wade. You do it. Put him up against D-Wade.
Okay, same thing.
D-Wade's accomplishment.
Wait a minute. Does Damian Lillard has a season MVP?
He doesn't. But pick one.
Okay, then so it's not the same conversation.
Pick one.
It's not the same conversation. It has to be something.
I've named. Pick one, bro.
You could put Russ in there. I'm gonna say the same thing. He's had a 0 chance.
But that doesn't.
I'm gonna say the same thing.
And there's a lot of guys that have had 0 chances,
bro. So, and that's all I've been saying.
But what does that matter?
Because the chances to get a Finals MVP and the chances to get a season MVP are not the same. That's all I've been saying.
To get a season,
is that a fact?
The odds are worse than it is to get a finals, bro. Like that's just literal math. I went to school for this. Like it's literal math, bro.
It's not a zero. So okay then. Wait a minute. Okay then.
Already laid that out too. When I asked
I'm gonna say that. Okay, you said okay. You already laid that out. Okay, cool.
26 chance is easier
so wait a minute.
Simple math.
So the chances of winning a season MVP.
Yes.
Okay. Just let me finish.
Yes.
The chances of winning a season MVP.
Yes.
We agree at the beginning of the season, everybody has that same chance.
Yes.
Okay. But in order to get a finals MVP, not only do you have to make the playoffs, you have to make it to the finals, right?
Yes.
Okay, then. So if somebody starts the season off, they have the same chances to get a season MVP. But just because they make it to the playoffs, do they still have the same chance to get a finals MVP? No.
Well, they don't. One out of 400.
So that's wait a minute. Just stop. Just hear me. So what I'm saying is the chances are not the same because once you get oh my god,
they're worse. You're right. 1 in 400 and 1 in 26 are different, bro. They are.
Okay.
They are. They're very much so different.
It's not 1 in 26 if you don't make it. That's what you're not getting. And he hasn't made it. So that's my point. The 0. The chances is 0. The facts is 0. James Harden is 0. He doesn't have a chance because he's never been there. 0. So D-Wade's chances at a season MVP is higher than James Harden's because James Harden has never been to the finals. 0. Bro. That's math. Is that a fact?
That is blasphemy, bro.
Is it?
You're tweaking right now, bro.
How?
Because I've literally brought up different scenarios of other guys who didn't have a chance, but you're not applying that same logic.
Because you're not comparing to the same logic.
You're basically
because you're not comparing them to the same people.
Are you saying that you're saying that since a guy has a chance, he's better than a guy who hasn't had a chance? That's the
I'm
only thing that
I'm
can come
saying when
from what
when
you're
you're
saying, bro.
comparing the accomplishment,
I get
because you
that.
keep you don't okay, talk
But if
about
a
the
guy,
accomplishment. So
if
yes, if we're talking about the accomplishment, the season MVP and the finals MVP, if a guy has a chance to win, if one guy has a chance to win both accomplishments and one guy only has a chance to win one accomplishment, that's simple math.
that doesn't mean anything. Literally
That
doesn't mean anything. You're still trying to
how do
say
you win something that you
you're
never had
still
a
trying to
chance
say
to
one
win?
in, you're still trying to say 1 in
I've
26
had a
are
listen.
worth
I've had a chance to
one out
win
of
what
40.
you won. You haven't had a chance to win what I won. We're
And,
equal.
and okay, keep that, apply what you just said. I had a chance to win one
Okay.
and you didn't. Apply, you
Okay
got to
then.
apply it to any players for it to make sense.
Because you gotta put the same players together.
No, that's where you're entering
It has to be some, you have to
subjectiveness.
compare somebody who has an MVP
You
against
then
somebody who don't have an MVP
you
that has a
gotta
finals MVP.
okay. Chris, not Chris Paul hasn't won MVP. I mean, you can literally enter anybody.
You
Everybody I keep
can.
naming, you keep saying no.
But they also, that person also that you put in there has to never been to a finals. The criteria has to be the
Well,
same. And
it
you're
doesn't
not doing
matter,
it.
bro. Okay, so Dwayne Wade don't have a regular season MVP, so you can't even.
Cool.
He don't have a
But he's
regular
had a
season MVP.
chance.
So he can't be in the equation either. Then if I gotta put somebody in it on my side that has a regular season MVP, he don't have one, so he can't even be in the conversation himself.
Okay, but then that
Just
other
like
person, okay,
just
then,
like
but whoever,
Isaiah
wait a minute,
Thomas
but
can't be in
whoever you put in there has to have a finals MVP. So cool. Go
why,
ahead, swap it out.
why does that don't make sense?
Because
That
that's what we're
really
talking
doesn't make sense.
about. What does it make
Why
sense
does
if that's
one
what we're
guy
talking
why
about?
does one guy have to have one, but then my guy has to have two stipulations?
No, your guy don't have to have two.
Yeah, you literally have
I
saying he
just said
can't
your
have
guy. I
made it
said,
to the
listen,
finals and had a season MVP. That's two
because
stipulations.
no, I'm
That's two
saying, listen,
stipulations. Yes or no?
okay, but that's the opposite.
That's two stipulations.
But
But
I'm sorry, my bad to D Wade, my bad to
your
James
guy
Harden has
doesn't
never
have
been
to
to
have
the
a regular
finals.
season. So if I gotta have a guy that has a regular season MVP and has not made a finals, your guy
Okay.
just only has to have made it finals.
No, because my guy's made it through the season. He's had a chance at a season
He
MVP.
didn't get one. So
Okay,
how does that
cool.
relate
But the
to
chance is
anything?
there. We've been talking about chances. You've been talking about math. We've been talking about chances. That's
But
the whole thing we've been talking about.
you're talking about chances, and I've entered the same logic.
Okay,
Draymond
so
Green
where,
has had a
okay,
chance at
what's the
winning
same?
NBA Finals MVP, but he
Cool.
hasn't. What does that mean?
Okay. In the
You
same,
talking about
but
chances?
have they,
Chance is
again,
crazy.
but
I
they
had a
have to,
chance. I
they
had a
have to have
chance.
been there.
I had a chance to take a shit today. I didn't yet. What the fuck does that mean? Just because you've taken a shit and you've had the best shit of your life, that don't mean that you're better. That means nothing. It don't mean that you're better than me. It doesn't mean that your bowels work better. It doesn't mean that you're more sensitive to shit. It means nothing.
But if
That's
we're,
literally the
but
same thing.
if we're comparing shit, then that's what we're talking about. We're talking about two different shits or whatever
Yeah.
stipulation we're putting on
And
the
if I
shit.
haven't
Like
taken a
we're
shit,
talking about
if I
MVPs.
haven't
We're
taken a
talking
shit
about
yet,
MVPs.
like,
We're talking
bruh,
about MVPs. But we're
but if
talking
I
about
had
MVPs.
if I have a season best shit, okay, this is getting crazy.
It
But
is. You took it there. I've been keeping it on
I
MVPs.
still made a point, but you found a way to refute it. But it's
It's
okay.
MVPs.
Literally, I've never said, "Oh, I'm not changing my." You've said that, so you're being impossible to talk to. I've never said, "Oh, I'm not changing." I'm literally just arguing my point. You said, "Oh, I'm not changing."
I'm
All right,
arguing my point, but you
literally,
can't.
literally,
But wait a minute.
you
But you
literally
can't
said you
change.
literally
But you
refused. You
can't
said that you
change my point.
refused
But
to
you
change your
can't
opinion.
change.
That's
You
fine,
can't.
bro. Then
But you can't change.
literally talking. We're talking for nothing. Then if you
But you can't change
refuse
my. But
to
you
change
can't
your
change my
opinion,
point.
then what are we
Okay.
talking about? We could have ended this an hour ago. If you were going to say that you refuse to change your opinion, that's fine. There's nothing that I
I'm
can
not.
say to make any sense to you, which I've laid out multiple different scenarios and you've refuted them all. So, like,
And
I ain't
again,
refuted them all.
but
You've
the
refused them.
scenario. But
You haven't refuted
it has
anything.
to
You've
be equal.
refused them all.
But the situation has to be equal. We can change
It's not.
everything that we want to change. But if it's not equal, then it's not my argument.
It's not. I mean, it's not equal. Well, then D Wade never won a season MVP, so it's not
Okay,
equal.
cool.
We
Right.
can't even compare apples to oranges or apples to
Cool.
apples because he ain't won no season MVP. So like,
Cool. But if we're talking about chances, which we was,
he's had a chance and he didn't get it.
okay, and I'm saying
I'd rather be 0 for 0 than 0 for 1.
and I was
0 for 0 is better than 0 for 1, bro.
cool. You ain't even had a
It
chance.
is. If I play the lottery every day of my life and never win, who lost more money than somebody who's never played it and never won? I'm in a better scenario, nigga. If
Guess
I've
what?
never played and never won, and you play every day and you've never won, I'd rather have no chances and not having. I'd rather have no chance to win it and not have won it than to have multiple chances to win it and not won it. What?
Okay, then. But what about the people who've had a chance and won it?
That's fine and dandy, but that doesn't
Okay,
make you
cool.
better.
So D-Wade,
That doesn't make you
but
better because I'm
I'm
just
just
going. I'm gonna go back to Andre fucking Iguodala. That's a person
okay,
who
cool.
had a chance, won it. Doesn't mean fucking shit. He's still
Okay,
not the cream of the
and
crop.
then again,
D
if you
Wade
put
won
him,
it, and he's still
okay,
not
then, and
him.
if you get a season MVP who's never made it to the finals, and you want to put them up
It don't
against
matter.
Andre
No,
Iguodala,
because
that's
no,
that's that's
because
that's equal.
D Wade ain't won no regular season MVP. So if I gotta have criteria, your guy gotta have a criteria as well. And,
Do you want to
again,
compare?
like I
Do you
said,
want to compare
0
season
out of
MVP
0,
and
0 out of 0 is better than 0 out of 1. I ain't lose nothing. Just because my team never made it to the finals, I ain't lose nothing. That ain't no knock on me. That ain't no knock on me. But your guys had a
so
million.
you're telling so now you're flipping and saying that somebody who
I'm not
has chances at both criterias is worse than the person who only had a shot at one.
Yes, and
That's
I
what you're
can
saying.
enter names. Slava Medvedenko. Yes, that's work. Like everything about his career is worse.
Okay.
And he's had what at least three chances, 2 or 3 chances to win Finals MVP. So that's exactly what I'm saying.
Okay, and then
Absolutely.
so somebody who's equivalent to Medvedenko,
And
who
that's
is
where
that?
you're entering subjectiveness. I'm speaking on facts. You're speaking
Okay,
on what you think and how you feel.
but
It's not a
no, I'm
matter of
not.
who
But
do
you
I
but we're
think is
talking.
equal.
So
That's
where does
subjective. That's
season MVP? So
conversation.
season MVP
It's
doesn't come into
subjective.
it at all.
Say what now?
So the season MVP doesn't come into it at all.
Not if you're bringing up Finals MVP. Oh, he had a chance. Who gives a fuck? Like that means nothing.
Isn't
Because
that
there's
the
a lot of
goal?
guys who had a chance that aren't shit. So like, yes, the
Wait a
chance
minute. Wait
of
a minute.
winning. Literally, hey, this is my final comment. The chance at winning NBA Finals means nothing to me because there's guys that had that same opportunity that didn't win shit. It ain't shit. Their whole
Okay.
careers are not shit and had multiple times to win Finals MVP. So
Okay.
that's
Cool.
why I'm downplaying a season MVP, a Finals MVP.
Okay.
But a season MVP, everybody's had a chance to win it. Only the cream of the crop have won it, and it is what it is. Take it or leave it. There's more top 75 guys that won Finals MVPs than top 75 guys that won Finals MVP.
You just
And
said
I
Finals MVP
mean,
first.
that could not be right, but in my recent memory, I can name a few.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna stop you because you just said something, and I want to make sure that I'm gonna let you correct yourself because you just said there's more top 75 guys that won Finals MVPs than one season MVP. So I'm gonna let you switch that.
No, I said season MVPs. I
We got to
matter of fact, I can retract that. Jared, you're wrong. I'll take that. I could not even, but I know that there's many more guys that won Finals MVPs. I mean, that won season MVPs that had chances of winning, like that are actually great, all-time great players, that's my subjective, is what I'm trying to avoid. I'm trying to stay strictly objective, but
I think we should stay back.
subjectiveness on the conversation. Bro, there's more, like I can name a million guys that have had chances to win Finals MVPs that are absolute dog shit.
Right.
Like,
and then you got to think now the pool is even bigger on season MVPs, people who didn't win it, who are absolute dog shit. That's even bigger pool. That's even bigger pool.
Again,
trash.
1 out of 400 a season is terrible odds compared to 1 out of 26, bro. And I've said that an hour ago.
And I'm saying that you gotta have a chance for your math to even count. You gotta have a chance.
No, you don't.
You do.
For the math to count. Oh, great! I'm glad you said that. For the math to count towards what?
For the math to count towards the conversation of MVPs, you have to have a chance at one.
Nah, that ain't nah. That ain't what we're talking
one
about.
Is more exclusive because everybody doesn't get a chance to get
it. I continue to name people who had chances that aren't shit. So that literally
and I can name probably 80% of the NBA who has a chance to get a season MVP that's absolute dog shit that don't get it.
But this is
that's a way bigger pool.
Your scenario though, bro.
Okay. And I'm fine with my scenario.
Still harder It's still you have worse
It's
odds
harder to get a
of
Finals
winning
MVP
a
than it
regular
is.
season. Your odds are worse at winning a regular season MVP than your odds are of winning a Finals MVP. That's still
But you
standing.
have, but you only get again. Your odds only come into play if you get to the finals, right?
I get that.
And
One
that
out
okay,
of
and that's all I'm saying.
400,
That's all okay. If you
one
get
out of
that, that's
400
all I'm saying.
is
That's
tougher
all I'm saying.
odds than 1 out of
That's
26,
it.
bro.
But all I'm saying is you
That's a
have to get the
fact.
odds, right? You have
That's
to
a
get the odds,
Google it.
right?
That's a fact, bro.
Okay, cool. But for you to, but we can agree that
And we said
in
that
order
an
to have,
hour ago, bro.
okay, but in order to have the
You
odds, you have
literally
to get
tried
there.
to tell me that winning that your
But in
odds
order to have the
your
okay,
odds
because
are worse.
you have to have the odds. And when we're talking about James Harden, he has no odds, right?
Okay, and I've
Okay, cool.
exploited
Cool.
that
That's all
shit
I've been
too,
saying.
bro.
I'm cool. Long as we both agree that James Harden has 0 odds. Cool. I'll take your odds.
Yeah,
Yes, you're right.
we've
1 out
been
of 20,
said it.
1
So
out of
okay,
26
so
is
you
better than 1
gotta
out of
take,
400. James Harden has had 0 odds.
Mevadinko's odds then. All right,
Huh?
you got to take Slava Mevadinko's odds then. If you're
And
gonna
I'll
take,
take D and just like I said, I'll take D Wade's
all
odds
right, cool.
in both situations.
All right, if you want to take, yeah, that's fine.
I'll take a D Wade's because I'm talking about D Wade.
Also, hey,
I'm talking about the original two people
hey,
we've been talking about. I haven't changed people.
If you're taking the odds, that means it's an easier chance you think it's gonna happen. You're gonna take 1 out of 26 over 1 out of 400. Gotcha.
Right.
Of course
you have to.
Of course you take those odds because they're easier.
But I
The
can't
odds are
apply
greater.
that to James. But I can't apply that to James
Of course
Harden
you're
because
gonna
he
take those
doesn't have
odds
the
because they're
odds.
easier. You're gonna take those odds because they're easier, bro. Of
Right.
course.
But James
Easier.
Harden
Your odds are
hasn't
better
had that odds.
winning a Finals MVP than they are winning a regular season
I
MVP.
agree, but James Harden doesn't have the
That's what
odds.
we've been said.
I
You just
know,
said
but
you agree. I said that an hour and a half ago.
And I agreed
literally
then.
said that
But
an hour
James,
and a half ago.
okay. But again,
The
but you
odds
just
are
wait a minute.
better
But
when
you've just
Finals
now
MVP
agreed. Wait a minute.
regular season.
You've just now agreed that James Harden has had 0 odds. That's all I wanted.
So you're saying this whole hour and a half?
That's all I've been saying.
You meaning to tell me that I've been saying that he has had a chance to win a Finals MVP?
No,
That's what you're saying.
No, you've been arguing me about other people when we've been talking about James Harden and D Wade, and
I
I'm saying
know that he hasn't had any. So
you're
telling me that I've been
saying.
arguing you that James Harden has been to a Finals. Basically, it's what
No.
you're saying that I've been arguing.
I've been trying to argue the point that the Finals MVP is more exclusive because the James Harden has not. When we're talking about
that, we've been arguing that James Harden has had or has not had a chance.
I've been trying to tell you that he hasn't even had a chance to get
that. I know that he hasn't had a chance
because you haven't because you haven't because you haven't given me a chance to tell you that.
Bro, that
you
don't have to tell me
over
James
me.
Harden has never been to a Finals.
Okay, so
we know that. Everybody knows that.
Okay, so when you're talking about chances, when you're talking about odds, when you bring up odds, I'm saying that no odds at all. D-Wade's odds is better on the season MVP side and the Finals MVP side because he's had the odds to do both. I've been saying that James Harden. Wait a minute! Stop talking! Stop, bro.
I'm
saying James. Here we go. See, this is what you do.
I'm
let
literally
me talk. I let you talk. I hear you out. Hear me out.
I am hearing you out.
Okay, so James Harden has had a zero odds. That's all I'm saying.
And so have
D-Wade
many years. It don't mean anything.
Okay, if you're saying it don't mean anything,
that's to you. And I'm 0 for 0. You lost.
You're not 0 for 0. You're not even. You don't have any. You ain't.
If no chances is 0 for 0, bro.
Okay, then.
If I don't have a chance of scoring the ball, that means I didn't shoot, Vernon. That's 0 for
0. So wait a minute. Okay, cool. So all I'm saying is that D-Wade has had a chance at both, and James Harden has not. Original conversation.
And I'm saying that Slava Mevadinko has as well.
But that's not the conversation.
It fits literally all you're saying.
But it doesn't fit the conversation.
Bar for bar, you said.
But it doesn't fit the conversation.
Hold on.
We're talking about James Harden.
What you just said is
we're talking about James Harden.
Okay, so
we're talking about James Harden. So talk about James Harden.
If your statement means
talk about James Harden.
Talk about
James Harden. Talk about James Harden.
Your statement means
talk about James Harden. Talk about James Harden. Okay, then. So if we agree for D-Wade and James Harden, if we agree as far as James Harden and D-Wade, if we agree as far as James Harden and D Wade, then we're good because that's what we've been talking about. That's all I've been talking about. I ain't brought up
That's
no other
not
players.
what we've been
I've been talking
about.
about D Wade and
Nobody has
James Harden.
argued that James Harden has been to a
Okay, then. So
finals.
that's
I've
been the end
never
of the
argued that.
conversation. Then okay, then. So we're talking about
You
odds
literally
between
had
if we're
an
talking,
hour and 30-minute conversation
exactly.
thinking that I was
If,
saying that James Harden has been to a finals.
because you kept bringing up other shit, you wouldn't stay on topic. Like I've
So
been trying to keep
what
you to do.
That's what you're saying that we've been talking about for the last hour and a half.
We've
Is
been
whether
talking
or not
about
James
MVP. We've been talking about MVP. That's all we've been talking about.
So
MVP
you
between
think that
James
I can
Harden and D
sit
Wade.
here
Which one do
going
we
back
put
and
more
forth
weight
with
on?
you about whether or not James Harden has been to a finals? You can't
We've
believe that, bro. You're a smart guy. You're smart.
we've been talking about
That is not what you think, bro.
Have we not been talking about
You
MVPs?
do not think that.
Have we not been talking about
You didn't
MVPs?
answer that question. You
Have
do
we,
not.
have we
you
not been talking
do
about
think
MVPs?
That I think that James Harden has been to a finals. You can't think that that's what I think.
Why would you bring up odds then?
You can't think that. You
Then
literally
why would you bring up odds?
only brought up odds because you said the odds are better at winning a regular season than they are winning the finals. And I said that's not true.
Okay, but if we're talking about James Harden and D Wade, my comment is based on that.
But
that's all we've been talking about.
I know, but who doesn't know that James Harden hasn't been to a finals?
But if you would have been listening, you could have been said that, and we'd have been done.
I didn't. Why do I have to say that James Harden ain't been? That's literally the whole conversation.
Okay, then.
We know that.
You're right. That's been my whole conversation.
If you're using that theory to mean anything, you have to.
I didn't say it meant anything. I'm talking about these two players.
So if you're saying that it don't mean anything, why are you saying it? You
I'm
keep
talking,
saying D Wade has had a chance to win
and
James Harden hasn't.
Players.
Okay, what does that mean?
Two players.
A million different players
that fit these two players.
It doesn't mean anything,
and it won't.
That's like saying Jordan is better than LeBron because Jordan has 6 rings, LeBron has 4, and
it's not the same. It's not the same conversation because we're talking about. See, you're changing it again. We're talking about MVPs.
This is just about James Harden.
We're talking about MVP. That's what we're talking about. We've been talking about it.
If you can't make that same statement about any other 2 players, that's literally moving.
But if you can't.
So you're trying to make a point. You're trying to make a point using 2 players, but can't use it about any. That's moving the goalpost. That's like me saying, "Oh, you beat them by 1 point. We beat them by 1 point, or you beat them by 3 points. I beat them by 1 point. I'm better. My win means more because no, nigga, that's literally moving the goalpost. Google moving the goalpost. You're literally
I'm not
saying
moving the goalpost.
This situation makes sense because it's these 2 players.
Bro,
I can put in a million other different scenarios, and that whole logic means it sounds stupid.
Bro, if you put up any other 2 players that are comparable to this scenario as far as MVP. Listen, as far as MVPs, if you put up any other play, if you bring up any any other players that are comparable to each other, that has this same scenario.
Oh my God!
Then yes.
You're moving the goalpost, bro.
I'm not, because I never changed it. You're
moving the goalpost. When you're trying to make law out of a statement, but it doesn't apply unilaterally, that's moving the goalpost, bro. That's the literal definition of moving the goalpost.
If this whole conversation started off and we were just talking about random MVPs and final MVPs, and we were just talking random, then yeah, what you saying all applies. But if we're talking about these 2 people, which we specifically brought up these 2 people to compare, if we're talking about these 2, then that's it. We're talking about these 2, and we're talking about their final MVP and the season MVP between these 2 players. Then what I'm saying applies to this. I've never changed anything. You keep going all over and talking about this and talking about that. I'm talking about these 2.
It don't make sense.
It do make sense when it comes to these 2.
It's just like saying Jordan's better than LeBron because he has 6-4, but you're not saying Bill Russell's better than Jordan. It's the same thing.
It's not, because are the numbers the same?
You cannot bring up a theory.
Are the numbers the same,
bro?
Are the numbers the same? In any of those 3, is the numbers the same?
They have to have same exact numbers too.
I'm talking about if you. I'm talking about
D Wade and James Harden don't have the same exact numbers.
If we're comparing the accolades,
they don't have the same exact numbers. What are you talking about?
Okay,
we can't compare them either. Then.
Okay, then. So, but if you bring up LeBron, it's not the same.
Okay,
so LeBron don't have the same things that Jordan has.
I'm bringing up other 2 players then. Like,
Okay then.
you can't argue a point that can't be used for anybody else.
And
You're
it
trying to
can.
say, oh, they gotta
And it
have the
can.
same
Okay,
exact
cool.
numbers. Oh,
Cool.
they got to
All
have
right
the
then.
same exact situation.
Okay, cool. Cool then. Cool then. One got to have more than the other. Cool. LeBron and Jordan. You want to talk about season MVPs and final MVPs? Cool. Jordan has more in both, so that doesn't apply.
All right. Well, then I guess he's better than your opinion. Then that's fine.
Okay, then cool. When it comes to MVPs, yes, he's better.
I can admit that I subjectively think that LeBron is better. LeBron
And
has
I
the
think
most
LeBron is
points
a
of
better
all time.
basketball player. But
LeBron
is he
has
better?
more
But is
longevity.
he better in MVP?
LeBron has
But
done
is
more
he
than
better?
us.
But is he better in MVPs? No, because that's what we're talking
And
about.
that's totally fine. But I can
Okay,
admit
cool. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
if you want to
That's all I'm saying.
subjectively say that
I'm not subjectively saying
if you want
anything.
to say
I'm
that
talking about
subjectively
MVPs.
if you want to
Same
say
thing we've
that
been talking about.
subjectively speaking, D Wade
MVP.
is a better player
Nope.
to you than James Harden,
Nope.
that's
And I'm
totally
not
fine.
saying that. I'm just
That's
saying when it
totally
comes to
fine.
MVPs and we're
That's
putting weight on
subjective.
MVPs,
But if I try to
both
put in a
have one in
stat,
different
if I
categories.
try to put in a stat to make LeBron better than Jordan, then I gotta use that shit for everybody, or it's not real.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I can't say LeBron is better than Jordan because he pisses with his right hand and Jordan pisses with his left hand.
Absolutely.
And then you can say, well, this guy pisses with his left hand, this guy's pisses his right hand. Or does that make him better? That's exactly the situation I'm talking about. You can't just
but that's what you're
criteria
but
that don't apply to everybody, bro.
But you're talking about a situation
If
that I'm not
criteria
talking
can't
about.
be applied to everybody, you got to throw that shit out the window, bro.
Okay, cool. So if we're talking about MVP criteria, then yes, you can apply it to anybody.
Out the window, bro. If it don't apply to everybody,
let's apply it,
bro. It's not real. It's not real. It's not real. If it can't be applied unilaterally, it's not real.
But it can though.
It cannot. Because I keep putting up a similar situation, and they have to have the same exact.
You just put up
you subjectively have to be.
You put up the Jordan LeBron. You put up the Jordan LeBron, and I'm saying when it comes to MVPs, Jordan is better.
Okay, and when it comes to points,
who else has both or one or the other?
I'm admitting that it's subjective. You're trying to make a
point. That's
trying to make a factual point out of D Wade being better than James Harden, and I've exploited it multiple times.
You're not listening.
That's
not what I said. That's the problem.
I am listening
because
bro.
I'm saying when it comes to MVPs, and we're talking about the option, the criteria or the percentage, the chances, which we were talking about. Then what I'm saying is D Wade is better because he's had a chance at something that James Harden has never had a chance at. That's all I'm saying.
But you can't say that.
You're saying that he hasn't. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. He's never had a chance.
Okay.
That's a fact. Okay, cool. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Does that make him better than James Harden?
Who?
It's a stupid theory.
Does Maverick have a Finals MVP?
It doesn't make sense.
Does he have a Finals MVP?
Okay, Andre Iguodala.
We're not talking about that.
Andre Iguodala does. And James Harden don't.
Okay, cool.
That mean anything.
So again, with that,
literally means nothing.
So with that, when it comes to MVPs, yes, the Finals MVP that Iguodala has holds more weight than the season MVP that James Harden has. The same thing applies,
bro.
Okay, that's for you.
Bullshit. You know that's bullshit.
It's not. When it comes to MVPs, it's not.
You know that's bullshit. Because
it's not. MVPs are MVPs.
And tell me that Andre Iguodala has a better career than James Harden.
I didn't say that. But see, you're saying something different. I didn't say that.
You're lying.
I'm saying MVPs.
You're literally lying to yourself. Who cares?
To MVPs.
That's my whole theory all night. My whole theory is that it doesn't hold more weight because there's people that have it against people who don't, and the people who don't clear the niggas who have. That's been my whole point.
The MVP itself, what I've been talking about.
There's niggas
finals
that have
MVP.
Never been to a finals that completely clear niggas that have won finals MVPs.
Yes, but I've never said that.
Yes,
but I never said that.
I didn't say that you did. I'm just
okay. So what are you arguing then? Now I gotta say what you said. What are you arguing?
Your theory, bro.
That's not my theory, though. That's not my theory. My theory is that somebody who had a chance to win a Finals MVP is better than somebody who hasn't had a chance.
Had a chance of winning the MVP, and James Harden haven't. And I'm saying,
that's all I'm saying.
I'm saying I'm putting two other motherfuckers in that same equation, and that same equation is bullshit. That means it's not a real equation.
It is a real equation. If somebody has had a chance at a Finals MVP and somebody hasn't, that's it.
No,
that's
it's
it.
not.
It's a chance versus no chance. It's one chance versus zero.
Doesn't mean that
I didn't say they were better.
two
I
people.
didn't say they were
That's
better.
what we're talking about.
That's
Literally,
not what we're talking about. We're talking about MVP.
Do you think that D-Wade is better than James Harden? Yes or no?
Do I believe he is?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, we're talking about who's better. I believe
That's
James
not what
Harden
I've
is
been.
better
I
than
haven't
D-Wade.
argued who's better,
Yes.
but that's
We
subjective to me.
literally have been arguing this the entire time, and I'm cool with it being subjective. But you're trying to say that D-Wade's final MVP holds more weight than James Harden's finals MVP, which is
Yes,
also
and we're
subjective.
comparing the. If
Your
we're comparing,
equation is not factual, is what I'm
it
saying.
is.
That means nothing because I can put in any two players and I can throw that shit right completely out the
But
door.
the player, wait a minute. But the players that you put in there, I have to agree on one of them because I agree on one of them here.
Don't matter. Can you
Okay,
agree on Andre Iguodala? He won a Finals MVP.
No, that's not one of my players.
Okay.
I get to pick my own player. You don't get to pick for me.
It's your
I
equation.
pick D-Wade.
If your equation is facts,
Right.
I could put anybody in it. You're saying one player is better than the other because one player has had a chance of winning the Finals.
No, I'm saying one player's MVP. I'm saying one player's MVP is better than the other. That's what I'm saying.
No,
Don't tell me what I'm saying. I'm saying that D-Wade's MVP is better than James Harden. That's what I'm saying.
But Andre Iguodala isn't.
That's not my player.
Oh my God, bro. But that's your equation, though. Yes or no?
My equation when it comes to D-Wade and James Harden, two great players, yes.
So the equation changes based on who you're talking about, right?
Because it's my player that I
That's
pick
moving the goalpost. If the equation changes based on who we're talking about, moving the goalpost.
But wait a minute. Do answers to equations change based on the numbers?
This team, so they should be higher than this team.
Wait a minute. In math, In math, do equations change based on the variables?
Not real equations.
What?
Okay. Real
Okay.
equations, no, they don't change.
So don't change based on the variables. The answer don't change based on the variables.
The answer changes, but the
then. So my answer to this variable with D-Wade and James Harden is D-Wade.
This plus this equals this.
Right.
I can't say you can't say, oh, that's a real equation, but then I can say, well,
it's not an equation.
This always equal 5 if I put in 7 plus 5. That don't equal 5.
Okay, but the equation
MVP is better than James Harden.
James Harden yes.
D-Wade MVP, James Harden MVP, Dwayne Wade greater. So I should be able to put
Dwayne Wade's Finals MVP is greater.
Andre Iguodala's MVP, James Harden's MVP. Does that make Andre Iguodala? If it's not, then it's not a real equation.
I'm saying, wait a minute, just stop. I'm saying that Iguodala's Finals MVP is still greater than James Harden's season MVP. Okay. I'm still saying that.
You just switched that a billion times.
I didn't.
That's the way you feel. You're literally refusing anything.
I'm talking about MVP.
You're refusing anything. You're refusing
everything. I'm talking about MVPs. Now we're talking about what player is better.
Because I just asked you that 10 minutes ago, and that's not my player. That's not my
player. You just threw Iguodala out there.
You didn't even answer the question, but now you're so stubborn that you're willing to accept that madness now.
If we're talking, listen, I've been talking MVPs. Period.
You're better than this, bro.
I know I am. That's why I'm saying I'm just talking MVPs. You could go off the rails and talk about whatever you want. But if we're talking about a Finals MVP, if we're talking about
MVP, you know that's not.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. The Finals MVP.
I know that you know that.
The Finals MVP is better than the season's MVP.
I know that you don't believe what you're saying.
A Finals MVP is better than a season MVP. Okay. If somebody's never had a chance to get a Finals MVP and they have a Seasons MVP, if you put somebody who's have a Finals MVP versus somebody who's never had a chance to get a Finals MVP, but they have a Seasons MVP, yes, that Finals MVP is better than that Seasons MVP. That will never change. I'm saying that verbatim, and I'm glad you're not talking so you can hear me. That's it.
Okay. So
that's all I'm saying, and I don't care what players you put up.
Better than James Harden, just so we're on the record.
I didn't say they were better. I said their MVPs is.
Talking about though.
That's what I'm talking about though.
No, oh my God, bro.
That's all I've been talking about.
No, you haven't, bro.
That's it. And
moving to go.
Okay, then. Okay.
Now you're just like, oh, okay. I've dug myself so big of a hole.
Now
Andre Iguodala's MVP is more impressive than James Harden when this nigga averaged like 30 fucking 6 points.
Okay.
And this nigga Andre Iguodala got cooked by LeBron, but just won it because he kept him to 30 points instead of 35 points.
The MVP,
That's bullshit,
the
bro.
MVP,
Ain't nothing
the
about shit
MVP.
Andre Iguodala did in that NBA Finals.
Cool.
It's better
Cool.
what
If you
James
want to
Harden did
compare,
in that
if you want to compare the players,
Nah,
fine.
shit,
I'm
bro.
comparing the MVP.
And you know that shit, bro.
I'm comparing the MVP.
You're literally just refusing.
I'm comparing the
facts.
MVP.
Bro.
I'm comparing it. I'm comparing the MVPs.
But okay, you know that.
And I put it like this. I'll even change the player. I'll change the player.
Andre Iguodala.
I'll pick another player. I'll pick another player. I'll take Jaylen Brown. I'll take Jaylen Brown, who doesn't have a season MVP, that has a finals MVP. That finals MVP holds more weight than James Harden's season MVP. Still. Different player.
You don't believe that, but
I do.
So, but you got to take them all. You got to take them all or nothing. So,
okay, listen. Wait a minute. Okay, then got you. I'll take all the people who's won a Finals MVP that haven't won a season MVP versus the people who haven't had a chance to win a Finals MVP but has a season MVP. So I will take that 100%.
Andre Iguodala over fucking James Harden. All right, bro. Like
as far as MVPs,
nothing else to talk about, bro.
Cool. When we're talking about MVPs, you're right. There's nothing else to talk about.
That's the most ridiculous shit I've ever heard.
Cool.
And you know it too, though, bro. You know it.
No,
you know it. I swear to God, all my life, you know it.
I'm very convicted.
You know this conversation.
I am very convicted in it. That's why you got to talk about who's better. Yeah, if you want to talk about who's better, yeah, cool. But if you want to talk about the MVP and the value of it and the chances, then
we're not talking about who's better.
We're not even talking about the same. If we're not talking about who's better, right? Okay, good. If we're not talking about who's better, then fine. The Finals MVP holds more weight than a season MVP, especially if you've never had a chance to even get a Finals MVP. Yes.
Oh God.
Yes. Because unlike a Finals MVP, everybody gets a chance to get a season MVP. Everybody doesn't get a chance to get a Finals MVP. Same thing I've been saying from the jump.
Slava Medvedinko's had multiple chances, so that makes it great. That's a great.
Has he won one though? Has he won one?
Having a chance at
winning. Bring up somebody who's won one.
I keep mentioning fucking
Iguodala, and I just said Iguodala's Finals MVP holds more weight than James Harden's season MVP.
Okay, so why isn't he top 75 if it holds more weight?
Because we're just talking. I'm talking about the MVP. I'm not talking about the player's performance.
Okay, so
talking about player's performance.
Time out then. So it holds more weight in what aspect?
As far as MVPs.
How does it translate if it holds more weight?
As far as MVPs.
Nigga, what? How does it translate? If it holds more weight, it has to mean something. It has to translate somewhere.
Right. And I'm saying it translates. If
it holds more weight, he should be top 75. If it holds more weight, then he should be amongst the top 200 best players of all time. If it holds more weight, it has to be able to translate to something.
And I'm saying it translates.
It translates.
It holds more. I'm saying it holds more weight because you're comparing it to a person who's never had a chance.
But who cares?
In 17 seasons.
It literally does not matter.
Okay,
having a chance to win an NBA Finals MVP is 100% a team accomplishment. And I can back that by naming all the guys, the bottom of the barrel guys.
But only one person gets
chances.
But only one person gets it. It's not a team Finals MVP. It's only one person who gets it.
You're talking about the chance. The chance is only there for team accomplishments. You can average.
The chance is only there if you get there.
Team don't make it to the finals. You don't have a chance.
Okay, good. That's what I'm talking about. James Harden doesn't have a chance. Zero.
Team accomplishment. It's still even still. I'm 0 for 0. I ain't shot the ball yet. You shot and missed. So I mean,
but we in the finals. But we both have a chance versus the person who has a season MVP but sitting at home and has zero chance.
Shit, I'm hoping. I'm better than you.
Me and you would have more. Me and you would have had the same amount of chances to get a Finals MVP as James Harden.
Harden is sitting at the crib and he's better than niggas. Like I don't give a fuck.
But he's at home.
You can even. I don't give a shit.
But he's at home watching the D Wade. But he's at home watching the D Wade get a Finals MVP.
It doesn't matter.
I guarantee you. If you ask anybody if you ask anybody who has a season MVP, would they change it for a Finals MVP because you have to win a Finals to get a Finals MVP? They would change it because that means they also get a championship.
They asked Cam
Newton, would change it.
No. They asked Cam Newton, and he said no. They said, would he
Cam
change?
Newton,
Would he
Cam
trade in
Newton,
his season MVP for a Super Bowl? Not even Super Bowl MVP, just even a Super Bowl. And he said no.
yeah. This who we going with? We talking about Cam Newton
Because Joe
because
Flacco
he's the
won.
most
Joe
self, right?
Flacco,
The
he's
most
not gonna.
self-centered
Nobody is
person
gonna
you know.
trade their career in.
He ain't no team player.
No guy that hasn't won a Super Bowl MVP is gonna trade their career in. No great player that is not going to say, "Oh yeah, I'd rather not be a season MVP and be Joe Flacco." James
Right,
Harden's not going to say, "I'm going to trade in my season MVP and all my accolades to be fucking Andre Iguodala." He's not going to do that.
Okay, but I guarantee you, a Peyton Manning is not going to trade in his Super Bowl MVP for Joe Flacco's season MVP.
Joe Flacco has a season MVP?
I mean, not Joe Flacco, but Cam Newton's season MVP.
Because he
One
has
person
MVP.
won't. Neither person probably won't switch both ways.
Yeah, bro.
But I guarantee you to get a because this gives you get
Peyton
something
has
else with
multiple.
that.
He has
No, I'm just
multiple.
saying though, but you get more than just the MVP if you get a Finals MVP. With the season MVP, it's just a season MVP. That's it. You don't get anything else
And
with
that
that.
just
But
means
if you get a final
that
or a
means
Super
you're
Bowl MVP, you also get another accolade with that.
I'm definitely not trading in a season MVP. And then look at the checkbooks. I bet the fuck them niggas ain't trading in no season MVP for no Super Bowl MVP, bro. It's not happening. There's too many situations where we can look at it and like, nah, I'm not trading in no season MVP to be Joe Flacco, bro. I'm not trading in no James Harden MVP to be fucking Andre Iguodala. It's over with, bro. Nobody's doing that shit. Because see, the season MVP.
But wait a minute. But if you compare it,
Andre Iguodala hasn't even reaped the benefits of winning that Finals MVP. That's how you know it
but
all your way.
if you compare it to somebody who's never been to a Super Bowl,
it has to translate to something. That ain't
hey,
translated to no max contract for Andre Iguodala. It's translated to nothing.
but Cam Newton,
the weight
Cam,
that a season MVP does, bro.
listen. I'm gonna scratch your Cam Newton argument. You see, Cam Newton has been to a Super Bowl.
Okay.
So you gotta ask somebody who has a season. You gotta ask somebody who has a season MVP who hasn't even been to the Super Bowl or the finals,
bro. So you're saying
they don't cut off. This man's nuts.